and welcome to Silkeborg, the host city for the 2019 LGT World Women's Curling Championship. Silkeborg is the outdoor capital of Denmark with breathtaking landscapes, with no less than 51 large lakes and many thousand waterfalls. As outdoor capital of Denmark, Silkeborg Lake District offers a huge variety of outdoor activities, from cycling, hiking, running, water activities such as kayaking and sailing. But today we are inside the Silkeborg Sports Centre to bring you coverage of our feature matchup from Draw 3 of the Women's World Curling Championships between Canada and Germany. I am Kenny Edwards and I'm joined by the vastly experienced Luke Coley for this matchup, which we expect to be very tight indeed.
Good morning, and I guess the St. Patrick's Day green is out there with some of the fans. Canada trying to bounce back. A tough loss yesterday in their first game, dropping that one to Korea. Struggled a little bit with the ice. Expect to see the ice change a little bit with the weather. Ice makers trying to make some changes as well. But Germany comes off a win in their first game against Latvia. They're in a good position.
Yeah, so let's take a look at the teams. It's Rochelle Brown at lead for Canada. Dana Ferguson at second, Sarah Wilkes at third, and the skip player is Chelsea Carey. Team Germany, Helena Jentsch at lead, Clara Ermin-Fomm at second, Emira Abes third player, and Daniela Jentsch the skip. So here are the standings. Wins for China, Germany, Japan, Korea, Russia, USA, Switzerland and Sweden on the opening day. Canada, Denmark, Finland, Scotland and Latvia yet to get off the mark. So other games that are going on in session 3, Denmark, the host nation, taking on Russia on sheet A. Our feature matchup, Canada versus Germany on sheet B. China versus Finland, sheet C, and the USA take on Japan on sheet D. So coming into this look, teams just being introduced to the crowd. Who would you expect to be the favourites coming into this, with Canada coming off that defeat?
I think Canada still has to be the favourite coming in this matchup. I think there's a little bit of an advantage for them. They come right off the ice again last night. Right out there. They have a game under their belt. 3 of the 4 members hadn't played at a World Championship. Now they have. Get out there. They want to go prove something. There's always a little extra motivation for them coming off that loss, trying to get to that playoff. Top 6 make the playoffs here. So don't want to really drop any more getting to that point. And Germany not tested that much in their first game against Latvia, but it's always nice to get that game off to start things off.
Yeah, for sure. To start the week with a win is just keep momentum going and confidence, building that confidence.
On her previous trip, Chelsea finished 4th, just off the podium.
I can't hear him
Wasn't
say that
happy
without
with
hearing
that.
Stu. No flashing.
And now they try to build on that. And really, Chelsea had a draw to force an extra end last night. Didn't hit the house.
Okay.
So probably the best thing for them is that they're out on the ice again this morning.
Yeah, not too long to think about that defeat last night
Yeah.
to Korea.
I can think normal, and I'll just, I'll give some ice, especially on.
But it's a long week.
this side.
These teams
Yeah.
have
Okay, let's go.
12 games to play in the round robin stages.
It's a lot of managing your emotions as well, with so many ups and downs within each game within the week.
So there we see it. Canada with last on advantage in the first. 20 millimeters in the draw of the shot. That is quite phenomenal. As Helena Jentsch gets us underway here in the first. 21-year-old. Remember this team for a few seasons, dropped down from playing third to lead player this season.
Vorne 4. Ja, 4. Hinten. Vorne 4 hat er.
Yeah, and Germany's really trying to find that team to sort of get back near the top of women's curling, with Andrea Schopp for years being the team representing, and now Danielle Jensch. She's in her 5th trip to the World Championship.
Michelle Brown for Canada.
See a lot of enthusiasm from this Canadian front end. Even in some frustrating times last night, there was lots of smiles and joking, and that's sort of the energy that drives this Canadian rink.
Ich glaube, du kannst voll durch, der ist richtig weit außen. Emmy? Hart, Emmy. Hart. Go, 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 go.
9-3.
Does make the nose hit on that.
Kam gar nicht so
Redstone.
schnell an, fand ich.
Are you a little surprised that Canada maybe moved that one early on?
They did the same type thing yesterday. It's get those maybe early jitters,
Yeah,
just play it open.
Sarah.
Interesting thing will be to see how they play. Yesterday, they played a lot of tick shots. If there was a center line guard put up, they tried to play the tick shot a bunch. Michelle Brown was just 67% in the game yesterday, but played numerous tick shots, not of the usual high percentage shots that put a guard up, draw around.
Clara Herming-Vom, only 19 years old. Big chance for her to make an impact here at the World Championships. Dana Ferguson.
Hard. Hard. Really hard, Michelle. Right to it, right to it, right to it, right to it. Watch her roll.
Does make the take out.
9-7.
So here are the rules of play in the round robin stages. 6 ends minimum, 38 minutes thinking time, and 1 60-second timeout.
Big change in the game, obviously, this season. It's been the 5 rock free guard zone rule in effect. Seeing some high scoring games in the first couple of sessions here in this World Championship. Never out of a game. Lots of chances to still come back.
Do you think it's improved the game, bringing this 5 rock rule in?
I think so. I think especially at the second position, you're seeing a lot more draw shots, finesse shots that maybe that position wasn't throwing as much. It was more the hit game. And now they're going to have to add that element into it, position stones. And the players are really having to look at that and try and figure out how to go. Because some teams haven't played it as much as on some of the World Curling Tour events. The Canadian side have played maybe a little bit more than others. So slight advantage there. But you still have to make your shots one way or the other.
Yeah. Emira Abes.
Yep.
Throwing third stones. Team Germany.
Do you think they come in lots of expectations, a bronze medal at the Europeans? That's sort of now you get to the Worlds, you got a medal around your neck. I think let's try and put a good performance out at the World Championship.
I think they'll be fully expecting to make the playoffs. This Emira Abes' 3rd World Championships now, finishing 9th in 2017, 12th in 2018. And like you say, that medal at the Europeans in 2018, I think they'll look to at least make the playoffs.
It's funny, you just get that one medal at an event and it can take you over that hump and become one of those teams at the top.
Yeah, this young German side certainly are improving.
Nichts, nichts, nichts. Der reicht. Der reicht. Oh.
Okay.
Gut so.
Schön. Das war 13,4. Okay. Schöne Korrektur.
13,9 oder? Should be straighter now.
Ja.
Just normal. Okay. Weight's good.
Close.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hard.
9,7.
Hard.
Called this one a little early, but
Okay, you're just on the
doesn't
nose.
look to be curling too much.
Good throws there. 9,8.
Okay. Good, Sarah. Good.
Pretty simple. Up and down the sheet and
Kommst du außen wie die Mädels, oder?
Ja.
Ich sag dir nur gerade nicht denken, aber das siehst du eigentlich. Genau.
Okay. Wenn es geht, bisschen nach links. Okay.
Ja.
Zu dir dann.
see sort of the ice probably be pretty consistent from here on out. Yesterday, obviously, weren't sure what to expect with
Auf
really the
geht's.
first time people were in the building. Lots of people with the opening ceremonies, the first couple sessions, and also trying to control with some rain outside. It's not raining at the moment, but it did yesterday night.
Ja.
How does that affect? Ice surface looks to be real good through practice in the early going.
Yeah, Danielle Yench, the 37-year-old sports soldier
10. Sauber. 10.
from Fussen.
10. Nur Sissi.
Did take some time away from the sport to have a family and
Hart zu sehen.
but,
Yep. Rüber.
fully committed to our curling career
10,
now.
oder?
10,5.
Okay. Gut so. Gut. Okay. Schöne Länge. Gut.
Ja, 10, 15,
Ich war,
sowas.
glaube okay, oder?
10, 3. Ist gut so.
Roll your way, Rochelle.
Okay.
Well, as this German team has tried to put
I haven't really
the,
seen the turn, so.
the lineup they think will be their best rank to try and achieve
Does it
success.
feel like yesterday
Canada
underfoot
on the
for
other
hits- for
side,
hits?
For beginning
this
of the
team
game.
put together this
Yesterday
year.
underfoot. Okay.
Yeah,
Front
still a
end
little
played
heavy
with-
underfoot to
Okay.
start.
A different skip in Canada who went and played with someone else, and Chelsea had her team, a couple players go different ways. So it's the front end to play together, but the whole team, this is the first year they played together, and they go win a Canadian championship.
Weight's good.
Some early success.
10, like 10. Close.
Easy. Yep. Easy.
Whoa,
Yep.
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 Hard. Shooter.
Yeah, quite a nice controlled weight there from Chelsea.
10? 10-4. Okay, that's what I thought. Good. Good.
Sweep. That was not a nice throw.
I knew it was going to curl.
Yeah. A little ugly, but
Good outcome.
I was like, oh my god, where am I sliding?
That's okay.
Well, I knew it was going to curl, so I was like, just
Yeah.
don't do anything funny to it, and it should come back.
Well, getting used to a different third player is something that players have to adapt to. You're always learning. You're always, how do I react? What do I say to the skip before I throw? If you're Sarah Wilkes and we're in the third position, important. Now a couple years for Danielle Yench and Amira to know each other. Playing pretty well here, their second game of the competition.
Gut so, schön. War 9 eher.
Yeah, pretty straightforward first end.
Gut so. Das ist schön.
War jetzt 9,5, ist okay.
But certainly the Canadians who look probably the more relaxed out there.
Yeah.
Breezy feel.
I think, yeah, the weight will hold through the
And
curl.
it's something they need. They
Yeah.
brought in an alternate. They didn't have an alternate at the Canadian
Normal,
Championship, but they
positive
bring
release, and it should hold.
Okay.
reigning world champion Jill Officer with Jennifer Jones as their alternate, who has a pile of world experience in international play. It has to be a good influence on them. As Chelsea said, she's going to rely on her experience in 2016. The other players need to rely on, use Jill a little bit to get that experience factor.
Good.
Well, makes the hit and roll
Nice shot, Chelsea.
and blanks that first end. So
Good sweep.
not much to talk about from the first end as we are all tied after one.
Good sweep.
Yeah, it's a nice spot there now, actually. You can manage it with.
Ja, also mit dem Bauch und jetzt wirklich einmal die kurze.
Ja, ich sag mal, Emmys war 15,8 und der war gut
Ja, ja.
Guard. Also da kannst du
Ja,
ruhig
das
dich
kannst-
dran
ja.
orientieren.
Einfach das.
Ich glaube, der reicht. Easy. Sicher? Ich glaube, der reicht. 3.
Nur Länge, muss noch fördern.
Länge.
Aufzentern.
2, 3.
Nur Länge.
So into this second end, session 3 of Germany versus Canada.
Easy.
It is Canada with last stone advantage as Germany throw up the tight guard.
Laufen dann doch ganz gut. Ja, ja.
And I'm curious to see how Canada plays. They played a lot of the tick shot yesterday, the tight guard now. So now the corner guard will go up. See if they try to manipulate that a bit. Play a little more, for lack of a better term, traditional
Ja,
Yep.
just a 2,5.
corner guard play with the hammer.
2,5. I think we gotta go.
Really moving. Line's
They
good,
scored
though.
3 deuces yesterday in their game with the hammer.
You're right.
Just they weren't able to generate that 2 in the 10th end when they needed it most.
Good. Nice, Michelle. Good job.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, throwing up the corner guard. Is that
I'm
one
so
a
used to
little
rock
tight look
yesterday. It'll come
to the
down.
house?
Right. Maybe a little bit because the ability to run back of all these teams now is something that's a big factor. Got to try and find that maybe just above that set of logos, the LGT logos out in front. It's probably an ideal spot for it. It's too high and you can get around and tap it back.
1, 2. Weiter.
Okay.
Der war viel langsamer.
15,4.
Ich wusste jetzt nicht.
Clara, du bist dran, gell?
War sogar kürzer noch. Ist dein erster?
Es ist an der Hand geklebt.
But when it gets in the house.
Okay.
Just like a
I like it, yeah, I like a couple of feet. I think we should be safe with that.
It's a lot more.
Line's
Okay.
close.
Weight's a little up right now.
Canada
Okay.
gonna try and use that corner guard I've thrown.
Stay close to the line.
Top 4. T.
Sarah.
Top 4.
Hard to
See
get
the
by.
stone beginning to move off that centre line.
Hard. Hard, 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 hard.
They
Well,
lost it.
just
Oh,
top
they
4.
haven't. That was very cute with the guard.
14. Very nice.
Comes out the other side a little bit. That one
Good.
shows
Really good.
they are getting a nice curl, especially the finish. Hog line in, that one was going sideways.
Also Plan A ist der Trick.
Wilkes and Ferguson, a great sweep.
T-line.
Nur so T-Line.
This is the stone that might be different between the 4 and the 5 rock
T-Line.
group.
Vorne 4.
Before you might see the run back, now you can't, and you try and draw down to it.
Hey! Vorne 12.
This one will end up playing the tap. Didn't really give themselves a chance on that one.
Make this.
Yeah, so look, they had a couple options there. They could have come around the corner or around the center. What do you think was the best call?
The problem in playing around the corner is you're playing right into the hands of Canada. Now they can rip the center. You go around the center, you try and force Canada to come to the heart of the house. And that's why you throw the center line guards.
Okay. Basically. Halves close, thick half, 2/3.
Now Canada open up the front, and all of a sudden,
Close.
in a real risk-free position to try and generate their multiple points with the hammer.
Dana Ferguson, that's a really nice double. And throws the stone ends up as a corner guard as well. So really nice throw.
Looks like it was curling.
Oh, this is full-on chase now with those ones two buried in behind the guards.
Unlucky to make the double, the triple, sorry. Does roll a center guard though, as we see Uli Kapp, the coach for Team Germany. He himself a vastly experienced player in many Europeans worlds.
Yeah, when you think of German men's curling in Germany, you think of Uli and Andy Kapp.
Yeah.
Okay, little up right now. T. Top 4. Top 8.
Line's good.
Top 8, top 4.
So this one a little bit deeper than they would have liked. I think they're calling this one into the house.
Is there a little bit? Okay.
Yeah, right to it. So a mistake by Canada.
Good judge.
What kind of times are you getting there? I didn't like that.
97.
It is Dan Carey, coach for Team Canada.
Shoot. So I didn't like that because it was such a guess for me.
Looks rather stressed on the bench there.
Yeah.
Well, the coach and father of Chelsea Carey is interested in the timeout before our last rock yesterday. He said, pick your line, pick your spot, know your weight, and commit. Chelsea came up light on the draw, and it's almost like you're thinking multiple shots in your head.
Well, there goes the chance of a multiple score. And they roll one in behind that guard. The only benefit for Canada is it's back tee.
Yeah.
What a shot from Abes.
I think so, yeah.
And I think in years past, those are shots they weren't making the full shot. They were just, they'd get one, they'd make a bit of a roll. Now he changes the end right over by making that double taken.
Absolutely.
I thought it was light.
Gotta be T. Line's good.
What do you think?
To it.
Wait only.
Okay, to it.
Can't bounce on this line at all.
We're bouncing.
We're not bouncing.
Okay. It needs to curl.
I don't think we're bouncing.
No, I don't think you need to go.
Okay.
Okay, I was just trying to get to
Sorry,
curl
no,
a little
I
bit.
just- But it can't bounce.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nice throws there.
Sorry,
It
Sarah.
does make the corner freeze as we take a look on to sheet C, the matchup between China and Finland.
Yeah, and there's that red stone in the back of the 8-foot for China that lies one. Unikauste rolled out for Finland, leaving the open draw. Wang Rei draw for an early 2. They played giant killer yesterday, knocking off Sweden in their first game. And didn't just beat them, they won convincing. They had Sweden chasing the entire game. And not a problem here for the Chinese team. They get their early 2, lead 2-0 over Finland.
This time, Abe has just been asked to come down and rest against this red. The line looks a little bit high at the moment. Look,
just have to be careful how they line it up so you don't set up any sort of double for the Canadian side.
Sehr schön.
Works out pretty good. There's a little bit of separation between them.
It's still the yellow that's shot as well, so
Ich dachte jetzt, weißt, weil sie so
Chelsea
langsam
Carey just indicating that it was the yellow that's still shot.
Do we ever like tap it a hair off nose?
She just rolls under. Come look at it.
I'm just thinking like unlock the back one. I was just thinking to unlock our red, like
I know, but if you're anywhere here, she just gets underneath it, and it, like now they're sitting 3, right?
like 7, 8.
I think she can still get low, no?
This is a Titch Berry.
Yeah, I was
So
just thinking.
Even if you're on
Up
the
to take a look at this
nose,
one.
This red should be springing out that way. And just stay in front of it.
Okay,
What are you thinking?
I don't see it, but if you see it, I'm fine with it.
Like, I'm thinking we go here, tap this, and this springs out a bit that way, and we stay in front of the yellow.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if you hit it high, it doesn't touch this, and it goes here. But I don't mind it. It leaves our rock here somewhere usable.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like similar weight, 2 feet more kind of thing?
A couple feet more, like
Okay.
back line.
Okay.
Well, we're going to try and create something with this.
With like back line.
Okay.
And kick our red out of the way.
Okay.
You might see a lot of teams just come down and spray this one,
I think that's
try and get everything moving.
Max, Charles. I was thinking like edge of the button.
I think at this point they're trying to keep some stones in play, something behind the tee
That was
line
back 8 my last time.
allows those
Back
to
button. Yeah, back
stick
four.
around.
Don't say back 4.
If you peel that one out, Germany might be able to put one in a better spot. These are team shots, right? As you need to throw the right weight to allow your sweepers to manipulate the stone, and then obviously in the skip, calling the proper line.
Back 8.
Michelle!
Just back swap.
Hard!
Coming off back
Whoa,
8.
stop,
Going
stop,
hard now.
Straight. Good.
Well, leaves them sitting 1.
Good.
Wanted to
Really nice
unlock
weight.
that back one, just change the angles ever so slightly, and they were trying to get it to curl with the sweeping. And I think it over curled on them.
Das geht nicht über den Sechser da außen. Dass sie vielleicht was,
den?
ja, aber ansonsten.
Aber wie?
Oder die gehen
Weil
halt
hier
noch
über vorne, sobald es da im Nest liegen, glaube ich, alles gut. Selbst wenn sie von innen dran käme, wird sie auch immer, also ich glaube, den kriegt die nicht weg. Ich lasse einfach nur die Guard. Ui, was ist das?
Ein Schmetterling.
So it looks like Germany being forced to play the guard.
Linie an oberste Prio.
Der darf ja einfach ein bisschen, einfach nur das Centerline zu machen.
Might be tempted to play the other hand at this one.
Kurze Guard.
Kurz bis mittlere Stufe.
Ja, okay.
We've seen most of the paths in this turn, so
Depending where hers goes.
to get to the center.
Gut, auf geht's. Läuft ganz gut.
Ja, so 15,5 ist gut, denke ich.
How close will they be looking for this one to the house look?
You want it higher than that other guard, so that any closer they can have something they can run or tap in.
So weiter geht's. Ich. Ja, voll auf Kurs. Voll auf Kurs. Dann mach da nicht weiter. Noch weiter,
Certainly long.
Definitely longer, and I don't know if they. It doesn't look like there's a hole.
Doesn't look like there's a hole, but it certainly leave you a draw to the button as we again take a look at another matchup on sheet D. USA versus Japan, all square.
Yeah, and there's those 2 American stones. Jamie Sinclair came in, and now Ikue Kitazawa trying to make the double and will catch the back one as well. So the triple brings the top biter into play. And just like that, looking at a steal, and a deuce goes up for Japan.
Well, it's sat for a bit, but you think it'll still be okay?
I'd say that low 14.
Great
not
shot
quite
there.
14.5 yet, but
Okay.
To take the lead.
And it feels like that, you think?
Yeah, it's
Seems things
Kinda
are
like
carrying
yesterday,
nice,
yeah.
Well, that Japan team came in their first time at a World Championship, knocked off Fujisawa to earn the right to represent Japan here. Beat Scotland yesterday convincingly in their first game. Now taking on the American side, who finished 4th at the Worlds last year.
Close, aren't we?
Where are you?
Lots of line. Rochelle, go.
Gotta bite the weight.
We're there. Top 4. Top 5.
This looks like a superb draw
Really cool.
from Carey right down onto the button.
Right to the button, but it's probably about 2 rocks deeper than they were hoping for.
Killed the line.
They're hoping to keep it up a bit higher to slash in on that
they
Yellowstone.
thought it was light. I didn't think it was out of my hand.
Get through it, Chels.
Thanks.
Aber ich glaube,
You can see it's almost trying to the positive reinforcement for Chelsea Carey there from Sarah Wilkes.
Wir hatten jetzt gerade für die
Confidence a
Garten
big
auch so-
thing.
Das heißt, es wird eigentlich ähnlich gehen, oder? Ähnliches Eis, wir können ja von außen drauf.
muss schon ein bisschen tappen, oder?
Ja, leichter Tap.
Yeah, so Canada setting 1. If Jeremy could ever come down and just nudge this one back
Yeah.
an inch or so, it's going to be
Genau.
very difficult
Na, ich würde
for
wenn dann schon gerne
Canada
über
to
die
even score the
Sendeline
single point.
auf die Innenseite, dass
Okay.
sie kein Double machen.
Yeah, and we'll see how aggressively they play it, because if you
jetzt
tap it
nicht
too
gehen.
far,
Ich geh mal von
then you
außen.
set up
Eben.
a chance to
Einfach
play the
gucken, sobald
double.
wir vorbei sind, dann können wir,
But
können wir drauf. Ist noch
even
wie
just
Draw-Shot.
freezing it closes in that scoring zone. There's no real way to score 2.
Schaut gut aus.
Vorne 4.
Vorne 4.
Länge, easy.
Vorne 4.
Easy.
Vorne 4.
Curlen.
Hat vorne 4.
Curlen.
Curlen.
Vorne
Nur wenn ihr
Hat
müsst.
genau T-Line.
Curlen.
Die können, wir sind noch außen.
Viel curlen.
She's looking a little bit high for line.
Viel curlen.
Do not want to sit top 8 foot and leave a through the port triple.
Nein, 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 nein.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think it's their look. Can they see enough of the inside?
Dieses ewige Angewische immer, das kostet uns so viel.
Canada line 1, I think, definitely has a
Wieder
possibility where
komplett
that
dran
sits.
gewesen von innen, weißt? Und jetzt hat er
Has
dann
the
wieder
length
nicht
of that
gereicht.
guard.
I think it's there. Straight draw.
Okay.
So I was here.
So they're just going for a straight
And then
draw.
you probably like there
Take
give
out
myself a chance.
back ring weight.
Get by that
Probably isn't
pretty
there
tight
for
and still have a chance to make it, right?
2-stroke
Yeah.
3.
There? Do you like that? Is that still too much?
Looks like tight.
You're thinking the intern.
Just
I was thinking that the out turn, but they've just covered enough of the inside. Come down the left-hand side. He's look at the overhead, catch the inside, the yellow top of the tee, and roll across the other one. They've just done enough.
But I think we just have to keep trying. Let's just keep
Straight
talking.
draw.
We're just a little quiet.
Straight draw.
Okay, straight draw.
So just straight draw in there
You have
to get their
across
second
the yellow,
point.
obviously.
Okay.
You
So we'll
could
make sure
probably
we
just
listen to
about
the
play
line.
this at
Yeah,
back ring
I
weight
can always get into. I think we can
to
carve them.
possibly get
Yeah,
you to.
you really carved Sarah,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
think you can.
I think
Just
so.
easy early
Definitely.
if you
I think
can.
that is
Yep.
I gave you the
a
same
shot that
weight,
is
hey?
makeable
No,
for
no
Chelsea
less.
Carey to
Yeah,
score a 2.
agreed.
Final stone of the second end.
All there right now. Room.
Not the same kick.
Okay. T. Move.
Off, Dina.
Yes.
Michelle.
Yes. Dina.
This was just taken off on them.
Hard.
Hard line
Hard.
straight.
You gotta go.
Have they got enough weight though?
Gotta go.
Line
Yes.
straight.
Go, 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 go.
Have they got enough weight?
Go, go, go.
Sorry, Chelsea said Rochelle.
Well, it's only a single, and I think that maybe just grabbed something and jumped on them. I was saying whoa for line, and then they were all over it. But it's Canada who strike first as they take the lead 1-0 after 2 ends.
Good weight.
Yeah.
Sorry, Charles.
working right now.
Yeah. I think we're still
Into
right
this
though.
Curling
third
now,
end
yeah.
of draw 3. Canada leading Germany by 1
Really
point.
good. 15-1.
Nicer shot.
Germany,
Good judge.
what can
Nice
they
hit.
do with last stone advantage now?
Der reicht, glaube ich.
Vorne ab!
Das ist noch gut.
Schauen! Nur Linie, nur Linie!
Das ist gut.
Vorne ab!
Das ist gut.
Nur Länge!
Jetzt hört das.
Ja!
Ja, Linie.
Ja!
Alles.
Ja!
Noch ein Stück, bisschen ab, bisschen ab, bisschen ab.
Good so.
Nice draw round into the 8 foot, that white circle there.
Gut.
Out of 14.5 on there. Okay, I like it.
Get in the room early.
I think I can go down, hey? Okay.
Little light.
Okay, go if you need to. Line's not bad.
Really
Line's
close.
12. Choppy.
Needs to curl.
Weight's good.
It's really
Top
close.
12.
Has to curl to be to it.
Yeah, little bump. Hands go. Full 8.
Dana.
Full 4.
Hard around.
Just made that decision a little bit late
Okay.
to go around. They ended up chip roll off with a hair more weight than they needed.
Yeah, let's take a look at sheet 8. Denmark versus Russia. Russia already sitting 1 on the button.
Alina Kovaleva, another team looking to be in the running near the end of the week for a playoff spot and into trying to get on the podium. Big win yesterday against Switzerland. Has to get through the port, get a second point.
Линия супер! Делайте вес, линию можно даже. Свип, свип. Все отлично, отлично, отлично.
Just needs full 12 foot and right through the port. Gets in there, and an early 2 by Russia in the second end to lead that game over on sheet A.
Спасибо.
Yeah, great start for Team Russia.
And of course, the success that Russia's had, Anna Sidorova, her team, for years, and then obviously last year was Moiseeva coming out, winning the bronze medal, and now it's Kovaleva coming out. So just churning out more and more curlers.
Okay.
It's the Russian Curling Federation, so
What was that, Charles?
Yeah,
I
they're
missed
really are doing a great job
I agree. It was good.
back
10.
home in Russia of, like you say, churning out really top quality players.
and his Olympics 2014 in Sochi, part of
I think so.
growing the game in that country.
I would believe so. Look, they have that sports centre now up in Sochi, so there's quite a few tournaments up there now. But back with Germany, Canada. It's Germany sitting
10-6 war
2 yellow stones.
Firm to jump it across.
Okay, you got this,
Got
Dana.
it, Dana.
Okay, good, firm.
Whoa.
Weight's good.
Close. Whoa.
This one sitting a little high, maybe.
We got a little bit.
Just didn't
Good.
curl up
Good
enough. Another inch, it would have been perfect.
Okay.
Trying to
Little pressure
just
there.
jump that one in, close in the rings, and use their center line guard.
Running a lot straighter over there. Now she did really good throw. Just not.
No.
Both sides, lots of communication, lots of information being relayed about every shot.
10, pitch schneller. 10.
Oh.
Yep. Hard. Ganz weg. Ganz weg. Sissy.
Make the hit. And roll in behind.
Sorry.
Does leave a run double though on this centre guard.
Yeah, and it wasn't a long decision by Chelsea Carey that you're playing it. In fact, the guard was put up by Rochelle Brown. It's close. They can try and run and get all of them moving.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa. Close.
No.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yes!
Nice shot.
What a shot.
Needed that one.
Good toss. Beauty. Nice shot, Sarah.
Sarah Wilkes
Get right and come
gets her
over
team
here.
out of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Runs the guard back into the two yellows.
Hit. Hit. Yep. Yep. Hard. That's it. Yep. Hard. That's it. Come. Okay. Okay. Oh my
Germany
God.
can't repay the favour.
That's the advantage for Canada having their stone out in front. Running your own stone is a lot easier because you can't stick around.
Here this way, but
There,
I think we
it
kinda
sticks in
seen
the house. And
time. We haven't seen anything
just like that, the
come down
swing
like
back
that.
now. Advantage Canada in this third end.
Okay, okay, weight's all there right now.
Michelle.
T-line. Top 4.
Gotta go.
Top 4. Real.
Whoa, you're okay.
Top 4 T. T.
Oh,
Really
Top
close.
4.
Yep. Whoa.
Top
you're good.
4.
You're by, you're by, you're by. You're by.
Just top 4.
Mine's really good.
Just full top 4, sorry.
Holy hell. Okay. We
Oh,
had to
nice
go a little
draw in
bit.
behind again. So
Very
two
nice
great shots from
13-9.
Sarah Wilkes.
Frig, you think it's gonna like, that one I was like gonna come down. Good. That's what I thought, like good to sweep it and then.
yeah, good sweep.
Nice weight. Good, Sarah. Holy, I feel like
And stone's in a real threatening steal position. Placement of stone's important. You go deep with that one, you give Germany huge advantage.
hit it. Yep.
Now Germany trying to generate offense or defensively try to avoid a steal by playing this double takeout.
Caught that one on the wrong side.
Okay. Fand ich nur 80. Das war schon schnell. Okay.
Big swing at the third position.
Eine von der Clara und das gleich mittendrin, ne? Rollt in die falsche Richtung.
Now skip stones and
Nose isn't bad, but love to make this.
Okay. Okay.
So
hit and
roll
roll
it right
probably
to the
forces
split, like,
Germany to
fighting
have to
center
play
line
the
if we
run
can.
double.
Okay.
Thinking normal just because we haven't thrown this side. Sarah's draw
Yeah.
curled quite a bit, so I think it's still a little fresh.
I think so too, Chelsea.
Okay. My first intern.
Yeah, you got this. Nice and positive here.
Yeah, nice and positive here for it. Probably still a touch heavy underfoot on this side too.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, just having a bit of a discussion about saying that this is the first intern. That's maybe something they're
Yeah. Normal.
already identified as maybe their weakness in their game.
Just making sure that they know the spot, what they.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Good. Good call.
Pretty good effort to roll underneath.
Shoot.
Good.
Should've kept going. Good
Nice
sweeping.
Was it Chicho supposed to come in?
It's over on sheet D.
Really?
Japan 2 up on the USA.
And look like they lie to Jamie Sinclair now. Has to get through a port, draw to the forefoot. Her second straight trip to the World Championship.
Where is it? Easy room.
A little different lineup for Jamie Sinclair and Team USA this year.
Taylor! Taylor! Yes! Arte!
Trying to get the little rub off the side, and will they get it into the forefoot? It'll cut the steal down, but it is a steal of 1 for Japan and an early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, lucky not to give up at least a couple of shots there.
Yeah, and great last shot by Japan in the first. Really set up a score of the 2 when it looked like the U.S. was set up clear to get a steal.
Trying to run this guard back. Well, wow, some fantastic curling in this matchup. Yench drives that one back into the two reds, makes them go away, leaves the yellow counter out wide. Here we see it. Catches this one perfect, right across the face.
Den hat's jetzt braucht.
Yeah, knowing if she doesn't make that on her first shot, she's going to have a tough shot to score. Now a blank is a possibility.
Yeah, I didn't think I said it back too much. Give you a like solid normal.
Okay.
I want to try and give this a good effort to try and make the roll. Well, rolls off to the side. Real good effort indeed.
Good call.
Very good effort. Maybe just rolled
Good.
a foot too far.
I was like, wait, Dana, get in there. I'll call him over here.
I knew with normal that would actually go. Yeah. Really good.
Well, actually, it's fully buried.
Das ist gefährlich. Ich finde den Draw gut.
Ich glaube auch. Die Draw-Shot.
That's a real good hit and roll. Crosshouse.
Ganz in Acht.
Ein Viertel ist ein bisschen dünn.
Den hast du nicht viel.
Ja, eben, das ist mir ein bisschen zu wenig.
Force the draw for a single point.
Ganz in 4, dann passt's.
Ah, nee, den sehe ich fast gar nicht.
That's a really nice hit and roll.
Einfach wie Draw-Shots. Deine Länge ist super.
Some top-class curling in this third end. That's really what you expect to see here at the World Championships.
Yeah, and you can see both teams are pretty comfortable now. There's times yesterday where they weren't quite certain of where they're putting the broom, what it's going to do. There. 2-run doubles. A hit and roll to lie buried about 8 feet across.
Yeah, both teams dialed in this morning. And Daniela Jensch level the score. The draw to the 8 foot in this third end. Yeah, nice draw from Daniela onto the 4 foot. As they draw level now. Pick up a single in the third. It's Canada 1, Germany 1.
Aber kann man gut
Vom
ziehen.
Winkel her ein bisschen aktiver, deswegen haben wir gedacht nicht, dass er uns jetzt so
eh spät. Great run, sir. That was a game changer. Just keep dialing up the precision. The rock placement, just keep learning and put some pressure on them, put some rocks in some good spots.
Gut angefühlt. Kurze, mittlere, lange.
Back with the action in this fourth end. All square between Canada and Germany.
Das ist gut.
I'm Kenny Edwards and I'm joined by Luke Coley for this matchup. Look, some very entertaining shots being played so far in this game.
Yeah, that last end was a couple of great run backs made. Hit and roll across the house, and then not easy, but Daniela Jensch, it was a draw to the 8-foot, but still have to go and make those shots to score your one. Sometimes it's tough thinking, oh, I make a run double on my first, I'm going to have a blank, or at least a blank chance, and then it's taken away by Chelsea Carey.
No roll, Dana. Leave it as a corner.
There's the tick shot for Canada,
Really
and
nice shot.
made perfectly.
Beauty.
Yeah, it's a great shot that. Leaves corner guard either side. Annalena Jensch at 68% for the tournament. For a lead player, you'd expect to see that certainly up and around the 80% mark.
Yeah, if not closer to almost to the 90. Both leads struggled a bit in their first game. But already so far today, better numbers for both leads, and they'll try to pick up their play. First 3 shots of this end been made perfectly.
You want more?
Bit more weight.
Yeah, a little more.
A lot of conversation about
Dana.
playing the tick shot, whether the strategy
Got a
behind
chance,
it, at what
Dana, go,
time
go,
to
go.
use it. Do you use it just in the
Got a chance, keep going.
tight game in the 10th or extra end?
Watch the shooter, right in.
But if you can do this on a consistent basis,
Nice, Rochelle.
again, ticks that one over, doesn't hit the boards,
I was like, oh.
and 3 corner guards now to use.
Wir können sonst auch unsere nehmen, Clara. Clara, wir können sonst auch unsere nehmen.
Viel oder
Ja.
nur der Roll?
Ja.
Auf geht's. Schön ausrichten. 80? Ja.
So they're electing to play the takeout on this corner guard look. Yeah,
Of their
surprise-
own,
Yeah.
obviously you can take your own out.
Fahrlinie.
So they're looking to maybe try and bounce the yellow off the outside one and maybe into the house and roll a center, or
Sie muss echt ein bisschen
I think
schöner
that
von der Linie
had to be
kommen,
some-
sonst kriegen die nicht.
To understand that one,
Kein Viel.
thinking they can catch the side
Gar
one,
kein Viel.
roll it in, and trying to avoid playing behind that corner guard, but now they're getting it. They're gonna have to get into this game. Look at center of the house wide open for Canada, and they have the guards off to the wings.
Weight's good. Top 4. Weight's
Wait on me
nice.
right now.
Hey, top 4.
yeah, I think that's maybe one that
Top 8, top 12.
Uli Cap will be looking at.
Gotta be in. Line's getting better.
Now, do you think it's you don't see the tick shot a lot? Do you think it is something that in your mind, in their mind, they're not sure how to go about it? Is it the inexperience, maybe against the tick shot play?
Nice,
Yes,
Dana.
I think certainly the Canadians play the tick shot a lot more than the Europeans.
Zwei gerade eben.
Ich spiel Piel.
Ja, das hätte ich
I
gerade
think
eben auch wollen.
possibly that the Germans just tactically are a little naive at times still. But they are learning. They are significantly better year on year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the more games you play, you're growing every time. You play these world championships. You don't go there and you're trying to learn something.
Okay.
Hit off that side one.
Yeah, I think they were looking for the run double, but get second prize by hitting and rolling into the 12-foot.
Der war nicht so
Der war
schlecht
jetzt auch mal die
It's a
richtige.
good plan B.
Here.
Der war jetzt auch
Which
viel.
turn do you like better?
The out.
Okay.
You think I'll get a little movement
This should
here?
curl. Okay. Looks like minimum to me.
But those perfect lead stones by Rochelle
For
Brown really set up
easy?
Canada
Guys, have a tick
in
more.
a great position. Try and get a deuce in the
Got it.
second. Pardon me, in this fourth end.
Whoa.
Easy. Little big.
That's the curl for Noah's.
Okay.
So again, we're going to take a look at the matchup between Denmark and Russia. It looks like Denmark possibly already setting 2.
Very close. They can make sure they're scoring 2 at least. Maybe even 3 if you can get to the inside. And a little tap back from Madeline Dupont. She's no stranger to the World Championship.
Kom nu! God retning! Rigtig god retning!
Has to try and get to the inside of
Lina,
this
giv den lige!
Yellowstone.
Jep, lige der! Jep!
Tap it back. And look at that. Score their 3. Very nice for Denmark. Played a solid game yesterday, but we're on the losing side of an extra end game against Team USA.
Der erste war echt nur 9-2 und eng und rund.
So back with our matchup, Wilkes has an open house to draw to in behind a corner guard.
Line's good, yep.
Germany managing to tidy things up, not too bad at all on this end.
Keep going. Keep it going for line. Line's really good. Right back, right back, right back. Some separation. Good sweep, guys. Nice, sir.
We saw some great shot making last end. More shots here. The double made by Germany and the great come around by the Canadians, or by the Canadians to get top 12 foot. Now another run back.
71% for Abes. Just can't quite spin the yellow in.
Despite its efforts, it doesn't get onto the paint. And the 2's back on for Canada right now.
All right, just through? Yeah. So I'll give you a couple feet more.
Yeah.
Hair more.
I liked it.
T! Top 4!
Hold in.
T!
So they're looking to
Lots
split
of
the house
line.
this time, go the other side.
Backy!
Down this centre track. This one looks as if it's running on, look.
Yeah, it hasn't taken that
Get it back
curl
here.
that they were expecting to
Yeah, as long as it's
have the
not
weight
out,
come
go.
down.
All the way back, all the way back, all the way back, all the way back.
Okay, we were just wrong. I carried nice. Yeah. I just carried really
Yeah,
good.
sheet C, China 3 up on Finland.
And Finland losing yesterday actually ran out of time in their game against Switzerland. So go down as the loss. Una Kauste. Draw here. Trailing 3-0 in the game. Needs to get full 8 foot to get the single point. So battle of the 2 countries actually qualified out of the World Qualification event in New Zealand. First year that the World Championships had that qualification event. And Finland's good to get their singles, so 3-1 after 3. Of course, the second year of a 13-team field at the World Championship. Top 6 make the playoffs.
Daniela Jens. Low numbers at 65%. But these stats don't really make any reading if you're picking up the W's on the board.
Well, the hit and roll and actually buried and shot stone, it looks like.
Weiß nicht, ob reicht.
Yeah, still think you can go after that one, look. Just need to move it an inch.
Reicht er? Reicht er für Shot?
Ich glaube schon.
Sit 2, and even if you do, she just freezes, right? Yeah, top T.
Well, I keep leaving doubles.
Okay, so you think I need less ice than you?
I think so.
Okay, so
Just to
like I had, you were there?
yeah, somewhere
So
in the
like
middle.
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay, compared to what she threw here,
Yeah.
I think the path is running the same.
And this path will be a
Yeah,
very
it's running
similar
good.
spot
Yeah, the same as that. So
Okay.
that Sarah just threw, so
I'm good with
sweeper
that.
front end will have a good idea
I
of
think we just draw
This
top
path.
button, or top T line, I mean.
Okay. Top T?
Yeah. I mean, we can be frozen, but I don't think it helps us because she's just going to follow it.
Yeah. Okay.
So decent speed here?
Yeah, it's running similar to like your draw here. Like
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
can
you only
probably
need to
give you
move this
similar
one an
speeds
inch.
both of those, hey?
Yeah.
Don't have to remove it from play.
Okay, sweep for top tee. If it is like tee or better, go right back to the back one.
So 74% for Chelsea.
Line's closed. Tee.
Line's fine.
Room. Tee.
Back. Backy.
Well done.
Back 4.
Right.
Whoa. Yeah.
I think we got to go to that back one.
I don't think we're going to get to it.
Okay, we're back for sure. Yeah, we're probably there.
Dana, finish if you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scared of oversweeping this.
They're going to get to the edge.
You're okay. Go, 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 go.
No, it's not going to curl enough.
Okay.
That was about
There
a
with any weight.
Yeah.
Just straighter, yeah.
rock and a half.
Curled isn't fine.
Too much ice.
How was that kick?
Probably still afford less ice, although it's hard to know what it'll do with less weight.
Yeah. I think with less weight, it'll get there. I think that ice is close. Yeah.
Auf geht's.
Yeah.
Try and get some separation with these two. Still want to lie to. And a great roll on her first.
Yeah, don't want to leave that double. It's very cute with the guard. Actually makes the two more difficult now, look.
Yeah,
That yellow that's biting the back 12.
and they have to tap it on an angle higher than that yellow one. Because I think if they go on to that yellow, there's still going to be second shot.
Like same kind of weight.
Similar weight, really. They didn't touch that.
Yeah, maybe
Pinch more.
So this is maybe where you
Back.
need to take a little bit step back and say,
Back line. Does that
draw
look
for
close,
one.
though?
For just
For back line? Yeah.
That looks like minimum.
Making the twos very difficult here. You don't want to get tight
Yeah, you got
and
it.
catch the top yellow.
Sorry, Dana. Then we'll talk about like the kick and see, make sure we does it right.
Yeah, it's the question of where you put the broom in this spot because you're playing to the back of the 12-foot.
Back line.
Hey.
Like just through.
Okay.
We rub the top one. Hopefully we still.
I think you want to make sure that you
Roll in.
throw
Okay.
weight's
So I
going to
gotta
stay
give you just,
around.
like,
I
2
don't
feet
think
more
you want
than
to
that, eh?
overthrow this because
Yeah.
you overthrow it. It runs straight. And as you said,
Okay.
Kenny gives up the steal.
Yeah. Nice and positive. You got this.
Didn't really even factor in the thought of taking a single point. Was looking at this the entire way.
Whoa.
Through.
No. Dana.
Whoa. No. Yep.
Rochelle.
You must be close with this one.
Almost hard. Hard. Whoa, Dana, go, 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 go.
Well, they passed. They passed. Have they got the angle right, though, look?
Got to get the right angle. They overswept that one and right through. They were calling based on the weight, and you heard calling the hack. It's a steal. Mismanaged stone by the Canadian side.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor call from Team Canada. They now trail Germany 2 points to 1.
Real close.
Okay. Yeah. Just score here. Yeah. Set it up.
this fifth end of the matchup between Canada and Germany. It's Germany with their noses in front. Canada with last stone advantage in this fifth. And you've got to say, look, it's the Germans who look a lot more comfortable now in this fifth end.
Yeah, you get that steal, you put the pressure on the Canadian side. That one went looking like Canadian 2 most of that end, and then a couple of shots by Daniela Jentsch.
You got a lot of room right
Changed
now.
the outlook.
Wait, 2.
Tons of line right now.
Just do 2.
Canada
Okay,
had
go
that
if you need
decision.
to, it needs to curl.
Play the
Always
tapper
do
2,
it.
or you take your 1. Sometimes you need to look at that. Play the draw for 1.
Yep, keep her going,
Or-
keep her going, keep her going, keep her
But I
going,
think
go,
they
go,
just
go.
mismanaged the sweep call a little bit on that last shot, because you'd rather have that over curl wreck on that top one so you roll in than under curl where it went and went right by.
Der reicht. Der ist schneller.
Weil der eh nicht losgeht.
Vorne 12. Kurze.
Oh. Schauen!
Allen, wow!
Oh!
Der reicht. Der reicht. 15-3.
Well, that one just pulls up short of the house.
You gotta be like top
Canada
4.
electing to use that
Yeah,
corner.
get rid
I think they've got to look.
Okay. Top 4 T even.
Yeah,
I think so.
you have to look at trying to generate your offense. You have that corner guard. You can put another one up. 5 rock-free guard zone roll. First stone of the end sliding in. I thought they might try and hit and roll, leave it as a corner, and then you can put up your second corner on your next
Back
one.
4. T.
Sarah,
Sarah.
Placement of this is important
Hey,
because
whoa,
of those
whoa,
two,
you're heavy.
the stagger, those top 2.
T line.
You got to be deeper in the house because otherwise the double goes right onto it.
Okay. Wow. Really came off.
Hey, 4-1.
Okay. Sorry, I thought that was hot. Na, da vorbei.
Ja, ja.
Wie immer.
Ja.
Das ist der Dreier, aber ich glaube, der läuft normal.
Soll der bremsen? Oder?
Schneller laufen.
Big call around this centre.
Game on.
And this has really changed the game this season,
Vorne 8.
hasn't it? Look, with the 5-foot rule, you would probably just see the teams just peel that guard off.
Vorne 8.
But they can't do it now.
Vorne 4.
Hard, Linie ab.
Voll durch.
Alles.
Vorne
Yeah,
8.
just the second draw of the game for Claire Hermine.
Ganze Weg, aus ganzen 8.
Voll durch. Voll durch.
Ganzen 8.
Weiter, 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 weiter. So weiter geht's, so weiter geht's.
Okay.
15-3.
Ja.
So back with the match between China and Finland. China 3-1 ahead.
Well, and Finland lying 2, but Wang Rei looking at this double to score 3 and didn't hesitate to call it, put the broom down, double through the hole, and there's the triple for China. Wang Rei and this Chinese team has started off very strong.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Watch it, Rochelle. It should be too far, but sit.
Nice, Dana.
Really nice. 10-2.
Okay, good, Dana.
That's that little nibbler. It's actually a bigger factor
like,
that it rolls onto the edge of the 12 foot.
Zeit ausrichten.
Yeah, they put one in behind the corner now. And that wide one on the right-hand side as we look at the shot.
Denen ja. 10-5. 10-5.
Alles. Hard.
Kann ich rüber? Rüber.
They hit and roll, but they just need a straightforward double back look.
War ein bisschen langsam, oder wie?
Yeah, they removed the 1 stone.
Langsam.
By playing
isn't
that rolling
terrible.
in, they had to roll
Okay,
big.
right on the nose.
Firm?
Sitting in that spot's probably one of the worst results that you could have got. Rather almost even knows that. But you're forcing your opponent. They have to make the double.
Weight's good.
These players have become so good that you see this position, you're expecting this shot to be made 90% of the time.
Nice. Good shot, Dana. Good, Dana.
It is made, and does make the nice double on the yellows. Set 2 as we take a look at USA versus Japan. Japan leading 3-1.
That one right in behind the centerline guard. Japan playing well. Their 4-stone thrower, Nakajima, try and get at that one. Very raw team, this Japanese foursome. Haven't seen a lot on international level. This is their first world championship. Trying to play the little chip at it as opposed to just the straight try and draw it. Touches it over, and it's a steal of 1, so the US cutting into that lead. 3-2 now after 4.
War der langsamer? Nee.
Yeah, so just trading stones at the moment.
Yeah, where this one is, they have to roll a bit, but you got to be careful. You don't want to cluster your stones too close and leave a double back. Seen that a couple times in this game. A double's been, or a deuce has been set up, and they just leave a double for their opponent. A hit, and the roll.
Good throw, Sarah.
As we take a look at all the action, you see Denmark and Russia all square. Our feature matchup. Germany 2-1 up over Canada. China 6-1 ahead on Finland. And USA trailing Japan by 1 on sheet D.
Ja. So? Ja.
Mein klar, der Beste wäre schon, wenn wir da dazwischen kommen, aber ich glaube, das ist schwer.
Das ist, glaube ich, nicht möglich.
Okay, dann den.
Ja. Auch so 10,5 oder 10,3. Ja.
Wow, weit weg. Nur
19. 9.
Nur Sessi.
This one looks a little bit wide from Abez.
Der muss rollen.
Here's the sweep to try and get it to curl. They'll end up peeling their own out.
9-4.
That's a big miss from
Ich möchte lieber die andere
Abez.
Karte aufmachen als die.
Not really anywhere close what they were going for.
No, those are the misses.
War der weit?
Very
weit,
costly.
9-4. Schnell und
Ja, aber ja, dann da einfach weniger.
ja,
Can just draw to the other side.
Das ist immer das Gleiche.
ansonsten einfach.
That's big.
Yeah, that's a little hot.
Okay,
T-line, back 4.
that's too much.
Go all the way back if you're back.
Okay, I think we're there.
Okay,
Look.
it's all you, but
Look
make
up.
Get it back 8.
That's a
Line's
lot of
good.
weight.
14 and a half. I think you can go.
Yeah, we're just top 4.
Well, Canada
top
now
4.
sitting
We're just top
3.
4 and even.
That's too deep. Go, okay, okay.
We're not
Very strong position.
Okay. As long as at least be back to you.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, I was trying to even them up. I thought we could.
Sorry.
I was just trying to leave them even. 'Cause I thought we could.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe a little miscommunication of where
I
they
really
wanted it
came
to
off
be
the
Yeah, probably
with
could
the
have,
extra
right?
bit of weight that
Good throws there.
upon
Du
release.
musst, ja, du hast ihn halb, aber so viel braucht man ja gar nicht. Wenn der obere halt mit soll.
Looks like a double is a possibility, and Daniela's made some great shots already in this game.
Sonst, wenn auf ist, wäre es auch okay. So, oder? Viel mehr wird es dann nicht machen nach außen. Oder?
Ja. Guck hier von vorne einfach
Ja.
damit an, aber ich glaube, das ist gut so.
Yeah, just a hit and roll across to the other red. Be great if they could maybe just sit on the edge of that, on the corner.
Nicht nur auf die
Viel sehe ich nicht. Ja.
gerade halb.
Ja, zur Not geht die Guard.
Ja, auch
A few different good results that can happen from this one for Daniela. Try and jump this one over.
of weight, lots of rotation.
Watch this one, try and jump it over. Just too thin. Sometimes you know you gotta throw it hard to get it. The roll over just goes through. We'll slide over and see all those yellow Russian stones. 3-3 game. Madeline Dupont needs just the 8 foot though to get her team on top through 5 ends of that game. Never in doubt there for Madeline Dupont. Just draws it down, gets her single point, and a 4-3 lead into their 5th end break against the Russian team that played very well yesterday. Started off with an early 2.
Ideally not blocked.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like not hooked.
Okay.
If it's top 4, it's okay that it buries a piece. If it's top 8, just leave them like side by side so that if she makes the roll, I have something to use.
Okay.
I think this path will be similar to what I just threw into this wing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of communication there from Chelsea.
Top 8.
You got this, Chelsea.
Chelsea makes a
Okay.
real nice come around. I don't know if
Top 4.
Daniela has a choice but to hit the outside one, try and roll, and if she doesn't, possibility of
Don't
3.
need to. You got lots of room.
Okay. T. For sure, T. We're back 4.
Can you bring it like back here?
No, we're just back 4.
Okay, well then.
Don't want to leave a double.
Okay. That actually carried really nice.
Okay, but does leave a get out for Germany now to come and follow that and just freeze on it.
Has that, there's also risk involved. It's almost that teaser shot too. If you come down and try and freeze to it, bounce off, could bring a 4 into play. Not that that's where she wanted to be with that stone. She was hoping to be top 8 foot in behind the guard.
Ich sehe das gar nicht. Der ist komplett dahinter.
Wie viel hast du denn dann?
Das andere wäre halt höchstens selber hierher. Dann wäre es, wenn sie 4 machen, sind es 5, 2.
I think what they're worried about is you come down and freeze the
Weil ich glaube, der
red
geht nicht.
on
Zu
top of the
weiter
forefoot.
weg, weiß der rollt uns immer
just
rüber.
slashing that outside red in on top of it.
Das
Also.
auch nicht. Ja, komm her, mach mal den.
Einfach gut
Was hattet jetzt 14-2?
Einfach
Looked at the hit and roll as well.
In der Linie ist auch okay. Er darf auch ein Stück, ich glaube, er darf auch ein Stück hinter tappen, aber er muss halt sicher verstecken.
In der Linie ist eine richtige Linie. Wenn schon was abhängen, wäre es ja schon gut.
Sicher Second, also ich glaube ganz in 8, weißer 4.
Weil selbst im 8-Fuß perfekt versteckt wäre auch schon gut.
Ja. Okay. Ich glaube so 14,5. Ich glaube so 14,5 ist gut.
14,2.
Okay, 14,3, ja.
14,4.
Yeah, so I think they've
Also
elected
ihrer war
to
jetzt
play the freeze on this
14-2.
back
Ich glaube
yellow.
aber, dass es ein bisschen flott ist eigentlich. Die haben halt jetzt gar nichts gemacht.
Ja,
Okay.
Aber meint ihr, es ist ähnlich wie zur Mitte?
ich denke ähnlich, ja.
Okay.
Auf geht's. Hast
Weil
du
er
gute
muss halt
Länge?
schon zum Schluss noch curlen, ja?
Ja.
Well, a pressure shot got the steal in the last end. Danielle Jensch needs this freeze.
Nur Länge. Linie ist gut. Hat T-Line. Länge. T-Line.
92% on her draws so far in the game.
Nein. Hinten
This one's looking a little bit high for line at the moment. Look, just needs to finish really hard in behind this corner guard.
It's trying its best.
Like you said, you try and play the freeze, you bounce off it. And now Canada, the door is open to score 4.
And it's hard. You want to make sure you get it to that spot. She throws the right weight. She's perfect. But she took her sweepers and the team out of that equation on that shot. Throw it to the sweepers where they can try and manage the stone, sweep it a bit.
And
drag it at the end.
Ähnlich wie zur Mitte, ja.
They had no ability to do anything with that stone.
Should come up a hair.
Yeah, I think I'll get a little bit of curl.
And just like that, an unassuming Ford comes up for Canada or opportunity.
If I can just throw this normal.
Yep, throw straight up here, you got it.
Straightforward nose hit, 4-4 in this fifth end.
Clean, always a good sound. Broom down, Canada on the nose.
There you go. Big score of 4 for Canada in the fifth as they head into the break. 5-2 ahead of Germany in what has been a very tight matchup.
Oh.
The rock was coming in. She's like,
10?
And it was like,
I thought it was big out of my hand too. I was like, I don't really want
Good
you to
shots.
sweep that.
Ja. Okay.
Really good end, guys. Good bounce back.
I'm going to the washroom.
Aber es ist halt auch, wenn wir nichts mitstoppen, gescheit, weißt du, oder nicht einmal mitlaufen, dann wird es halt schwierig. Wir müssen halt auch mal einfach da ein bisschen Hausaufgaben machen.
Second end.
yeah, agreed.
And Chelsea Carey trying to tap the yellow back to score 2. This one just pulling up short. It was only a single. Third end. Canada sitting one end behind the corner guard. Danielle Jensch being forced to draw for the single. She throws this one down right into the forefoot.
Schön, Dani.
They took the lead once again.
Relativ spät genommen.
Fourth end. Germany sitting one in behind the corner guard. Chelsea Carey trying to play the tap back with 2. This one looks heavy. Slips past the side. And it's a steal of 1.
One yellow.
Real close. Okay.
But at the break, it's Canada 5, Germany 2. Elsewhere, we see Denmark, the host nation, 4-3 up on Russia. China 6-2 ahead of Finland, really in control of that one. And Japan are 1 up on the USA.
I just thought you had to get to a nose, and I didn't think a nose tap was there.
We didn't have to get to nose.
Okay.
We just had to get to a chunk of it.
'Cause I didn't mind taking one there and keep, just still keep
Well, but
control.
I said, like, play it tight. If you hit the top one, you get one anyway. Like, you
Yeah.
had to play it pretty tight to make it. So I thought that's what we were doing. But
So the ice has already changed. Like, it's already gotten straighter and faster. Like last night, like it did in the 6th. So I wonder if it'll get even straighter and faster again.
Or if it goes back.
it's cool in here, though.
Yeah,
So,
It's cool in here, yeah.
colder, yeah. Because at the beginning we thought it was warmer.
yeah, I think I feel like I could
Well,
use
I
another
can
layer
feel
if
there's
anything.
something's going right now, because I can
The
feel it
draft,
on
yeah,
my
so
back.
do I.
Yeah.
Aus 2 Fehlern entstanden, würde ich sagen. Okay? Tankt euch rein. Das Spiel ist absolut noch da. Vollgas, Vollgas. Emmy, hau rein. Ja, 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 ja.
So here are the stats so far through 5 ends. The score 5-2 in Canada's favour over Germany. 86 for Canada, 73 for Germany. Big difference really in the hit percentages. 95 for Canada, 78 for Germany.
it looks
So
like
welcome
lots.
back to this sixth end
Tracking
of
hard
It's
right
hot.
the matchup between Canada and Germany from the
T.
LGT World Women's Curling Championship from Silkeborg in Denmark.
Okay. T-line.
I am Kenny Edwards and I'm joined by Luke Coley.
Okay.
And look, Canada got their noses in front, but Germany have made them work for it.
Didn't seem like it was really a four that was generated necessarily by, there's some good Canadian shots, but two misses by Danielle Jentsch really allowed that, and it's the way she missed it. She rolls out on her first, she's heavy and bounces off. Didn't really allow her sweepers to do anything, or the team to help her with her shots. But again, Canada got the play behind the corner guard, and they've been able to do that with the hammer pretty much every time so far, dictating the way the game's been played. So that's something to look for. Now, see if Germany with the hammer can try and generate offense. They haven't been able to really do that much in this game so far. Michelle Brown, 95% on the game, much higher than the usual numbers that you see her play with this team in Canadian Championship. She was 67% yesterday.
Yep.
Top 12.
Hard line.
Just top 12.
Hard to get by. Hard to get by. Okay, well, if you're light. Well,
Tight.
okay, well, I just don't want to bump them in.
We're not.
We're not. Okay, just let it sit.
Sit. Good judge,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, fine. Good judge.
Yeah, I would have liked that one a little further up though.
One's curling. Well, it's done it every time.
And maybe got caught with her first one going deep in the rings after they get the mobs out there, as we see Annalena Jentsch. 78% on the game, 71% overall. Seems sometimes after that fifth end break, it's a little quicker early, so even the most experienced players are always reminding themselves and their teams it will be a little bit quicker.
Well, and just pulling up very tight to the rings. Chelsea Carey taking a look at it to see if it is in that scoring circle. If it is, she can remove it. If it's not, she can't until the next stone.
Do you want to measure it? I probably don't stick around.
Okay, I think it's in.
I only got a
Measure,
Can
I
they
guess.
stop our clock? Can they, excuse me? Stop our clock, someone? We need to measure it to see if it's in. They're trying to measure, but we've lost like 10 seconds. Okay.
This is an experience thing at a
Can you measure it?
championship as well, is making sure you're telling the official you want to measure. They never actually called for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he does it, but he's on the microphone. She's bringing one. Okay. Oh, this lady's coming.
Yeah, so they eventually got the umpire. Yeah, you've got to make that call to say, look, we're going to measure it. So if you think you're going to measure it, just get out there and get your arms up there.
You see the X, the official timeout to call for the. You can measure this in that free guard zone to see if it's in or not. It's the only time you can measure before the end of an end.
It's in, I believe.
It is in, so that that millimeter makes a big difference of how you play this end now.
You like this?
Okay. Yeah.
Bumper?
Yeah.
Just got to watch this yellow doesn't spin right down onto the red though. Steady game from Dana Ferguson. Left-handed player.
Yeah, 1 of 3 in the event.
Gotta go, Rochelle.
You can use it to your advantage sometimes.
Touch it. Hard for a piece. You gotta go. Okay, we're just tapping.
Okay.
Slips past the side of it.
That would curl more.
Well, that one
Okay. I like
a
the way
little bit wide on that.
I didn't move it.
Canada still has that one back 4 foot that is shot stone.
Vorne 4. Vorne 4. Länge ist gut.
Bleib dran, der ist nicht der weiteste. Bleib dran.
Vorne 8.
Nur Länge.
Braucht. Vorne 8.
Platz ist gut.
Hat vorne 4. Länge ist gut.
Ist gut, wow. Schau hin. Ganz über die Center.
Ersten Schluss. Hat Ziellein.
Muss über die Center.
Länge ist
Ja,
gut.
Stückchen halt.
Go.
And they
Hard.
tuck the inside edge. Well, put themselves down into shots and
Länge.
sit in front of that red. Remember, it's Germany that've got last stone in this end, so they want to play away from that centre.
Can totally just close in that scoring zone right now if you're Canada. Get a good angle so it doesn't line up on your back one. Close it in, and Germany might have to try and move some stones around. But not in a hit game. You want to try and keep some of those in play.
Line's okay, you got room. Whoa,
See how creative they can be to try and generate a score of multiple points with the hammer here.
You gotta go for the paint.
Hard line,
Over curling. Top 4.
Line's
Top
right
8.
to it, gotta go.
Yeah. Top 8.
Gotta go.
Are we by?
Yeah, you're by. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Sweet.
They
Okay, Dana, good
really
job.
have tightened that scoring area up.
Just curling there now.
I got more movement wider. Like the tighter didn't curl, that one got more movement.
450.
Ja,
Und der
finde ich
andere?
gut. Ja.
Und wir Nase, oder?
Nur ein bisschen tappen.
Tut er?
Ansonsten, das ist
Ah, ja.
auch.
Okay. Kann ich selbe Länge?
Ja, ja.
Ja.
Probably curled about a half rock more than they wanted. Allow Germany to corner freeze that top red and create some good angles in the house.
Hat mehr Platz als eben, aufpassen.
T-Line. Der ist weit außen. Ist ein bisschen länger außen.
Curlen.
Hat T-Line.
Achtung, jetzt
Vorne
kommt er
4.
ein bisschen.
Noch Länge.
Ja. Halt, hat weniger Hände.
Alles
auf
Länge.
jetzt. Der hat fast keine Hände. Auf jetzt. Ganz weg. Ganz weg.
Ah, der hatte keine
Just
Hände mehr.
pulls up short. Needed to be right on the corner of that red.
Super lasch losgelaufen.
Also eigentlich schneller aus als der erste.
Ja, aber weil ich will
Just making it more and more difficult to get
war mit
Ich hätte gesagt, der ist perfekt.
into the forefoot, try and get that extra point.
We're 2-3, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they can get rid of both of them. I agree. Okay. Okay, so this is my draw to the button pass. So yeah.
Yeah,
should
just
be
going to
good.
throw another guard and
Proportional,
say,
yeah,
okay,
halfway. Yeah.
you're going to have to move some stones around.
And a team playing hits isn't always the best way to generate some offense. Sarah Wilkes, great numbers in this game.
I thought it was really nice.
Look back that third end.
Good.
Really sort of turned the game around a little bit. Looked like Germany had a 2 possibly set up, and she made a great run double.
Mine's good.
Wait, no, we're there.
Easy, it's over curling if anything right now.
Okay, we're not quite to your broom.
Yeah,
Chelsea.
That's
Finish
okay.
in there.
That's okay.
Finish
Team
in
Canada,
there.
this
Oh, you're
Chelsea
good, you're good.
Katie
Nice
lineup,
there. Good
number
sweep, guys.
6
Good
in the
touch.
world rankings. Whereas Daniela Jensch and our German side are down in 28th.
Good. Yeah.
So we've got to feel that
Nur ein bisschen
Canada coming into this were the favourites.
And Germany, not a team that travels over to play in some of the events in Canada. Chelsea and her team playing
Vorne 4.
every other week, basically, throughout the curling season.
Hat vorne 4. T-Line.
63%.
Nur Linie. T-Line. Nur Linie.
Mira Bez.
Hinten 4. Hinten 4. Komm runter.
Alles
T-Line. Alles. Hart, Sissy. Hart.
And they're
Go,
past.
go, 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 go.
Have they got another one in? They have got another one in, but it should be wide open on the high side.
This pass should be the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is a key shot now in the end here. It is Germany lying 2, but Canada can weld one in that pocket. It's going to be tough to remove.
I think it's
Okay.
close.
Yeah, I thought it was
T.
exactly what I wanted.
T. All there right now.
Room.
Back 4.
Hold in.
Yeah. Tapping. Close.
Back 4.
Close.
Coming in. Gotta go little
Yep.
now.
Back.
Hard
T-line.
for line, Dana. Hard for line.
Little bump.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Don't want to move them if they don't have to.
Pistol, Sarah.
Oh, what a
Good sweep,
shot
guys.
that is. Just draws the pocket.
Nice, Sarah.
Good sweep. Good.
That ran nice.
Yeah. Good.
But it seemed like
Well, there was conversation
right
by
there,
the
good
Canadian side in the 5th end break.
But it was
Different temperature in the
proportional.
building.
It was
It's
exactly what I
get
wanted.
cooler in
4-10
here.
split. She gave me 4.
A little bit faster and straighter. Some of those elements that you got to be aware of.
seems so good there.
Yeah, I had a 14 on that. Something like that.
And now that red stone is deadly for Germany where it's placed. Not a lot of good they can do with it.
Knapp vorbei und voll auf
Bumper.
Bumper. Ja.
Wenn die Garde aufgeht, wäre es auch okay.
Ja, dann passt's. Auf geht's.
Der, wenn geht, ist auch in Ordnung.
Ja.
Bumper.
Also kann ich eigentlich machen,
So do you think they can push this one through the hole?
Definitely looks like that is what they're thinking. It's a very precise shot. You might make something here, but you do have to open up that forefoot. Doesn't look like much else of a good option out in front of the house.
Whoa! 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 Sissy! Hot Sissy! Hot Sissy! Go, 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 go!
Gets things moving, and
Okay, nicht so
it's
schlecht.
its second shot now,
10-12 war der war deutlich schneller.
but just leaves another pocket for Canada to come down and glue one right in there.
Yeah, I thought with that you needed to try and play it quiet. The shooter was the important stone in that. Rolling away now opens up that LGT logo right on the button. Canada can weld it. It's going to be a difficult stone to get rid of.
Okay, right to it, top button, anywhere deep's not great.
Okay.
So short's okay, but probably right to the nose of it is perfect.
Okay, this pass really nice. Yeah, it's kind of the same what you've been throwing in.
Okay, Sarah's timed a little slower than my other ones. We don't think it's slower?
It didn't look it. Like, if anything, a foot. Yeah, a foot or two.
Yeah, we thought that was heavy and it wasn't. That's all I was, right?
Okay,
Early?
yeah.
Similar though?
Very similar, yeah.
Well, and I've been all there without sweeping, so I can probably give you similar
the same
speed
weight's
I've been
great.
giving
Yeah,
you.
I wouldn't want more.
Okay.
Okay, T. Don't want to.
Yeah,
Don't want to. I don't want to.
Back four! Back four!
Back four for
Back
sure.
four, Sarah! Whoa!
Really don't want to. Back
Whoa!
It should be close.
Yeah, it's coming in. Well, no, we're still back four.
Hold on.
No.
Didn't want to be deep. That was the worry.
Okay.
Oh, well, and now is a chance to try and get something.
We're trying to yell back for the
Yeah,
way.
I know.
So we take a look at Denmark, Russia. Denmark 4-3 ahead. Russia with last stone.
And facing 4 red stones. Lena Kovaleva does not have a lot of room to work with. Needs full forefoot to get the single point, tie the game up.
Линия отличная, внимательно, надо будет вес.
Внимательно, пока шире идет.
Линия отличная.
Пока
Галя
пошире.
первая. Галя первая.
О,
Well, this one looks pretty close. Full forefoot piece of the button. And Kovaleva comes up just in there. And by the smallest of margins, just gets her single point to tie that game up after 6. Here in our feature game, this is an opening that, after giving up a 4, Daniela Jentsch has to make.
Yeah, really needs to get something stuck right in at this button area.
Vorne 4. Viel Platz. Hat T-Line. Sehr viel Platz. T-Line. Muss viel. T-Line. Hat noch gar nichts. Wow. T-Line. Muss viel curlen. Wir haben noch gar nichts. T-Line. Muss curlen.
This is one hanging high. It's not got down in there. And again, another pocket.
Mehr, gell?
Länge war super.
Ja, die perlen überhaupt nicht mehr.
Second crack at it for Chelsea Carey. She bit heavy on her first. Look at that mess of
I was going
stones.
minimum sets. I'd like to be a little more positive.
Okay, so touch
It's
left.
very hard to watch.
Yeah. Like, that's not allowed.
Okay, we got some options with this. We can rub off that outside one she just threw,
Okay.
or we can just straight draw in there.
Okay.
I'd like to give you similar speed, no more.
Okay, just so we can do stuff with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to kick a foot less because I also didn't give that a ton.
Okay.
Okay.
So try to kick a little bit less for you. If we're short, I don't know how she gets in there, so I think it's okay.
You got this, Chelsea.
Okay, just a hair slower kick.
No, that's one thing players love, is to be able to throw the second shot being the exact same shot as their first.
Okay, I got a slower kick, just a little.
Percentage here in this game a little bit lower. They can go up now if she makes this one.
Wait only. Rochelle.
No, I think
Line's
we got
good
a top
now,
button.
Lindsay.
Line's good.
Line's good, top button.
T.
Whoa.
Just want to get a little bit of the button. This one comes down and is perfect.
Absolutely. Look, you couldn't have walked down and placed that one better.
Good job.
Because I thought your first one was the same weight you'd kind of been giving us. That one was, I thought, less.
I liked my first one. Like I
was when Sarah, like when you said a time, so I was confusing because it seemed faster
yeah,
watching her throw
yeah,
it.
it just looked like it came off. But then I think with every one, it's getting faster too.
Like mine was a 14.
You can just tell. It seems like there's a lot of weight being lifted off. Team Canada's shoulders, the communications there, they just feel as if they're getting the momentum, they're getting things going.
Ja, aber ich glaube, weißt, mit Schnellhammer zumindest, wenn wir weit sind, dass wir zumindest den treffen, dann ist der zumindest auch
What do they have, Luke? Do they have anything?
I'm just trying to think of something. It's don't know if they can see enough to throw any weight to really spill anything.
Ja gut, der ist ja eh weg danach, also der drückt
No real good angles out front.
Würde ich sagen. Der ist weg.
Well, what would he do?
Sind maximal einer rot.
He'd ask his brother Andy Cap to throw it.
Yeah,
I'll hold the broom for you.
Ich glaube maximal der und
I don't
der,
know if it's
die gehen weg.
enough to see.
Aber ich würde
She can
trotzdem
get by to play it straight on that one Chelsea just threw to try and.
Okay, ist nicht viel. Ja, aber wir kriegen den anderen sonst nicht weg. Nee. Ich kann, weil drauffriesen bringt mir gar nichts. Weißt du,
You could try and come down, maybe
deswegen komme ich lieber gleich schnell.
follow Chelsea's
nur ein
path and
Hauch,
tap it
ja.
on the nose to just cut the steal down to 1.
Yeah, potentially.
Muss schon ein bisschen Tempo haben, oder?
I'll try the long centre guard onto the yellow that's on the centre line. Try and slash it across the red that's locked on the yellow and hope your yellow kind of spins back up the house. But
So maybe try and just get by, hit what you can see of that red stone, and hopefully get rid of 1, and then bring your other one in as the counter.
it's very difficult either way.
Just the miss on her first shot was crucial and devastating, because now look at those 2 in there.
Now she's going for the big weight takeout, trying to slash that red. Now she got a piece.
Catch something of it.
Oh, she got something on it. She moved the yellow as well. Is it 2?
Looks like it's those 2 in the back. That's a solid effort.
Yeah.
A little bit thicker, and I think she can get at least maybe get 1 out of it.
Yeah, potentially, but it's a steal of 2 for Canada. And they now lead 7-2 after 6 ends. So
A little messier than
the scoring for Canada continues as we head into the 7th.
Vor allem liegt es immer so verwinkelt, dass wir jetzt über die gar nichts
Genau.
mehr machen
Die
konnten.
Garden
weil
sind halt
die so
komplett scheiße.
kacke waren.
Das ist halt, wenn die so sind.
tracking hard right now.
Back four.
Back 8.
Curling hard now, but
Still
looks
hot,
all
yeah.
there, yeah.
Like back four. Do you want me to sweep this right back?
As long as it's not back button.
It might be if we don't see it.
Yeah, go then.
Leave it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, we're into the 7th end here in session 3 of the LGT Women's World Curling Championship. And it's Canada losing this matchup 7-2 over Germany.
Kurz up. Ich glaube, du kannst gar nichts. Vorne 12.
The big turning point
Vorne 12.
would be that 5th end,
Vorne 12.
where Canada had a hit for 4.
Keinen Strich.
Holt
Nein,
ein
nein.
bisschen runter.
Warte,
Things
solange
just
es geht.
haven't
Nur von
gone
innen.
Germany's way since then. But they'll try and get something going here in the 7th. And if they don't, you've got to believe that there will be a handshake.
Yeah, they need to try and get at least 2 on the board.
It'll come up a hair. Keep my weight.
Got a little bit of a break with that stone going back button for Rochelle Brown.
Forward.
Whoa,
Yeah.
no.
And Canada
11.
playing the tick shot,
Close.
trying to push
Sarah,
this
Sarah. You got
guard
it.
off.
Keep going. Hey, whoa. Should be good.
That's a really good shot, just
Nice
pushing that
shot.
one down into the house so it can be removed the next
Sweet,
time.
guys.
Very
Nice
good
shot.
call.
Hey. Beauty.
It's all on how you manipulate the stones.
Yeah, and a team that's manipulating the stones very well is Team China. They are 6-2 ahead of Finland.
Wang Rei, another chance to score multiple points. And looking very strong in their first couple of matchups. And right down, nose hit, brings those stones in the 12-foot for 4. And that is it. China with the victory, 10-2. They defeat Finland. A convincing win for the Chinese team to move to 2-0. Wasn't sure exactly what to expect with that Chinese team. Wang Rei, her first time skipping at a world championship.
Yeah, you should be okay.
Has plenty of international experience,
Nice throw, Dana. Found a little shelf out there.
Good, Dana.
but this is her first time
Nice try.
skipping and
Ja.
shown she is up to the task.
Ich glaube, wir fangen erst mit denen an.
Okay.
Yeah, Danielle Jens just now trying different things now, just trying to freeze this one in the button area. Just hoping for a mistake.
T-Line. Länge ist gut. Hot freeze. Das sieht so schlecht aus. Länge ist gut. Gib mir hinten 4.
Lang aus, weg!
Hinten 4.
Auf, der ist schnell.
Hinten 4. Bleib das nicht so schlecht. Der
Wenn
kommt
dann
Nein,
jetzt
ist
So
lang.
I'm looking a little bit heavy at the moment.
Wenn dann
Just sit down on the tee line.
Very nice.
schön, Clara. Gut.
Yeah, very good effort.
13-8.
Ja.
Gotta fully expect someone of Dana Ferguson's caliber to be able to spray everything here.
Peel or firm?
I think Peel.
Little more.
Whoa.
Out turn for a left-handed player.
Clean. I just want to catch the back one if we can, which would be good. Nice, Dana.
Dana.
Gets everything going.
girl.
Exactly what they were wanting.
Yeah, they didn't like where that stone was positioned right off the bat in this end.
Yeah.
I thought
Back
this one would
button
curl a little more. She threw that well.
just allows for that freeze. And now simplifies the end, just the corner guard. And they can start going after it in third stones with Sarah Wilkes.
Vorne 4.
Wo ist noch weit?
T-Line.
Sehr weit.
Sehr weit.
Sissi.
Noch
T-Line.
weit.
Vorne 4.
Wenn dann Sissi.
Hat T-Line. Hinten 4.
Wenn dann nur von außen.
T-Line.
14-2.
Der macht das
Ja,
schlecht.
ja.
Hart, Sissi. Hart. Hart. Weiter. Finish.
Okay.
So they do make a draw in behind the corner, but they should see around quarter stone of this as we take a look up the matchup between USA and Japan. Japan is 6-2 ahead.
I don't think so.
That Yellowstone sitting in the back of the 8-foot is shot stone for Japan, but Jamie Sinclair has a chance to hit, get a much needed deuce, and cut that lead in half. Jamie had a hard-fought win in an extra end, stealing the extra end against Denmark last night. Have their work cut out and need to come from behind in this game. Sinclair wants the nose hit right on the beak. And those two, side of the 8-foot, will be your counters. 6-4 after 6.
Good throw. That's okay.
Nice shot.
Thought I could get away with that there.
Yeah.
No.
So Abez again just looking to draw around this sole corner guard. Not much in play in the 7th end.
Well, you make a nice come around. You can try and set up your 2. Canada was able to generate a 4 off of some misses and a corner guard.
Schön Länge. 14,4. Es ist nach außen schneller als zur Mitte.
Ja, Meter länger würde ich sagen.
No surprise. Just go up, peel the
Like
corner
that better,
guard.
whatever you want.
I have a thin half.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you. Look, play the
Yeah, I think
scoreboard.
so.
You're 5 ahead.
Yeah.
Don't get involved. You slip by everything here, they go round again, you're in trouble. You could lose a 2 to 3.
Not against going after the one in the house, but it's knowing which way, if you're going to miss it, you're going to miss it on the guard.
Just the guard.
And they're on it already.
Yeah, that's a professional side.
Good shot.
Good. Nice shots there. Thanks. Good.
You're that pretty safe.
Yeah. Sorry,
shot.
just
No,
threw
no.
that so safe because
I liked the safe throw. Don't worry, I'm good.
didn't want it to fall.
One right in.
Small. Small. Lange. Lange. And small. Yep. Nur Linie. Small. Ich.
Yep, halte sie.
Small.
Ein.
Go, go, go.
Go.
Perfect guard needed out in front, and look at that.
Hast du gesehen, was ich gemacht habe? Ich habe
Pretty good.
Left just that sliver again. Canada peel the top one.
Like, this is a 2 if we peel. That's all I'm thinking. And if she thinks that it's no more than a 2 anyway, but I don't mind just peeling.
2 isn't the end of the world if you're Canada, then you're 3 up
There.
with the hammer playing the 8th end.
That's good.
Yeah, I think so.
Right? Yeah.
We just peel, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
Hope for a double on the next.
Yeah, if deuce is okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The question is, what does Germany do? They peel this one,
You throw this normal positive, I think.
Okay, I think
draw,
so.
try and place
Like
it
that
even
shove?
in the rings.
Just easy peel is fine.
Yeah, I think you would place it in the rings, look. Wasn't the most stable slide there from Silkeborg.
Hard.
Little speed wobble. Need to get rid of the guard though.
Okay, you're good. Roll it off, Dana. You're okay. You're okay.
Good sweep, Rochelle. Good.
Good, Rochelle.
There's many skips that'll be out there and say one of the hardest shots they have to play is the peel because they're not playing it very often. And we'll get rid of that
I was a little conservative on you
corner
too.
guard.
Well, it just runs so straight.
It's hard to want to set that, yeah.
Yeah, so they're electing to split the house. They're just going to draw the other side.
Gut schauen. Zur Not, glaube ich, hier mal
Nach da außen läuft es auch schneller.
Try and get as much separation as possible, but leave it in the top part of the house so there's no double.
So Danielle Jensch.
Von der 12. Gleiche
in turn, just looking at this one in the 8 foot. Get some separation, leave no double.
Vorne 8. Vorne 12. Die Länge ist gut. Länge ist gut. Nur bis zu mir. Hat vorne 8.
Worked this end pretty well though. It's got a good score.
Yeah, they've generated their offense. They made their shots.
Okay, gut so.
A little bit angled, but I don't know if it's quite steep enough to go after a double takeout. Want to make sure they hit and roll into the heart, force Germany to have to play a hit on your stone in order to score their
Just
2.
roll for shot.
Okay.
Mostly just kill yellow.
Yeah.
What kind of weight? Easy, good, easy. I don't want to be cute, but I don't think this will do a ton either.
Okay.
I was pretty conservative on my last one. I'll throw this a little bit more
Okay.
positive. Okay.
Easy.
Just throwing easy weight at this one. Controlled, not going after the double.
You can clean it. You're
Well, not the roll that they would hope for. They're trying to get in for shot because now it's just straight draw for
Okay, good shot, Steph.
That's fine,
a
yeah.
single point. Or the extra point, I should say.
Hätte die Länge zur Mitte auch
Ja,
reicht?
gleiche Länge.
Cut into the lead. It's still a long way back, but
Aber wir haben das
generated that offense with the hammer.
Ja, gleiche Länge.
Go on the aggressive with without the hammer in the 8th end.
Final stone of the 7th end. Germany trying to score 2.
Ich glaube, der braucht
Should need a piece of that 8 foot.
Voll durch. Pass auf.
alles.
Voll durch.
Sweepers are into this one hard look.
Der braucht alles.
Ja. Voll durch.
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, big sweep here.
Voll durch. Ganz in 8.
Just got to make sure they get it to the 8 foot. And they just make it far enough.
They just do enough, yes. So a score of 2 on the board was a little bit hard work for Team Germany, but they now trail 7-4 after 7 ends.
Wir haben gar nicht so
Ja, ja. Ich habe aus der Hand raus, der braucht alles. Und sie steht da.
Ich hatte leider keine Luft zum Schreien.
Amy wollte wieder, dass wir rufen.
Ja, reicht. Schauen.
Kurze.
Angefühlt.
8th end of this matchup between Canada and Germany.
Wo ist der?
Session 3 here at the LGT Women's World Curling Championship.
Ich glaube, ihr könnt alles.
Score is Canada 7, Germany 4. And Canada with a last stone advantage in this 8th end. Do you think they can close the game out here, Luke?
I think so. We'll see 2 tick shots. Try and push them off the center line. Really open up. They've done it when they've been in a close game, and now they want to make sure they score. Want to have the forefoot open.
Yeah, a little big.
Canada played a solid defensive end, knowing in that 7th end the deuce wasn't the end of the world. So
No, it's close.
Very close.
Yep.
I say
Hard
Sarah.
Hard, Sarah. Coming off. Hard. Backline hack. Shooter, Dana.
touch that one off the center line, roll it in.
Nice shot.
Superb shot. A lot of people think that's quite an easy shot, just to catch an edge and roll down in. The line and the weight's so critical as we take a look at the matchup. Michelle Brown at 82, Annalena Jentsch at 75.
Gar nichts, wenn nach vorne 12 ist.
Erst zum Schluss,
Er ist auch noch außen, lass ihn.
Michelle Brown's played at least 5, maybe 6 tick shots in this game.
Viel schneller ist er eben.
Yeah, some high numbers from her.
Das reicht. Okay.
Okay, guck sehen.
Same thing again, try and push it off the center line.
That's more. Okay, a hair more.
Tried to kill it a hair.
Okay, similar.
Sarah, hard.
Teams will tell you if you can make these shots, it wins you a lot of curling games.
Still got it. Keep going. Keep going. Got to roll
This
a
one looks
shooter
pretty
big.
good too.
Everything you got.
It's going to stay around to the back corner, I think it is.
Go.
Wow.
It's good. Good.
Yeah,
Nicer shot.
just
Good
about
sweep.
out into that dead zone beyond the rings.
No. Every time I throw it, I just don't like it.
Oh, das haben wir erst ein
So
Verstecken.
open up the centre, that is the task here
Uns erst verstecken.
for Team Canada.
Ja, wir
Just keep
verstecken
things
erst
nice
einen.
and clean.
Okay.
So,
That's the decision. Do you try and put another center up? Can start peeling on the next one, or do you draw one in, get one in early? I don't mind another guard still trying to steal. Claire Hermine will try and tuck one around.
Linie. Hardlinie. Kurze Gas. Hardlinie.
Alles Linie.
Nur kurze. Hard.
Okay. So gut.
Well, it will be a guard, but not what they had called, trying to get around that one.
You know, there's the comparisons at second. Dana Ferguson out shooting Clara Hermine Fomp,
Yep.
84 to 75.
Yep. Hard. Really got to go, Rochelle.
Hard, Rochelle.
Right up.
You got it. Go.
Hard.
Looking for the slash. Don't make the slash.
Good. Good sweep, guys.
Would have liked to maybe have caught the red also and maybe push that down into the 12 foot.
Good.
But that open path right down the center line is exactly what Chelsea Carey likes right now.
Mehr dabei. Vorne 8.
They know they're in a position they don't have to go real aggressive to
Vorne 4.
score a big end. They got that 4 in the 5th end.
T-Line, hinten 4. Yep. T-Line, hinten 4. Hinten 4.
Well, slip past the guard, okay.
Okay. Kann wieder so schnell vor. Doch.
We could freeze to it too. What do you like?
Sorry?
We could freeze. We could just draw too.
I think I like ripping it.
Peel?
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah.
We're having fun with hammer.
Yeah. This is the only way it's gonna get.
Yeah, you got it, Dana.
Yeah,
Good.
some good communication there, I think. Look,
That was a good thought process of, yeah, the freeze is an option, but there's no need. This is the one that's gonna cause trouble.
Rochelle. Okay.
Almost. Close, Dana. Almost. I thought I was flashing.
I thought we were flashing it for a while, so I was afraid to
So,
say hard.
USA and Japan. Japan just can't quite shake Jamie Sinclair and the Team USA off. Had the chances to.
Yeah, and the longer they stick around, they came back and pulled off a comeback win last night. Trying to do the same against Japan. Draw here for 2. Need good 8-foot piece of the 4. This one continues to slide right down the center of the sheet. And it will go too far. Only the single point for Japan, so see if that point looms large late in that game over on sheet D.
Lean.
This is hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Right out, Dana. You should be okay. Yeah. Oh. Nice throw, Sarah.
Yeah, just can't quite manage to peel that wide yellow. As we take a look at Sarah Wilkes' numbers at 95%. What a game from the third player. And that's really been the difference between the two sides.
Yeah,
Amira,
she's put her team in a good position.
Yeah, Amira Abes down at 66.
It all started really at that third end, a run double takeout by Sarah Wilkes. Looked like Germany had a 2 set up. Great run double. Sort of swung things Canada's way and haven't really looked back since.
Gut. Schön.
Gut so, Emmy.
15-9.
Ja, läuft uns gut. Ja. Gut. Schöne Länge.
Whoa.
Similar weight. Lean.
Lean.
Watch this. Let it come up a hair. Okay.
Gets one, gets the other. Have they spun it out this time? I think they might have. They have. They've done enough.
Took a few cracks, but they finally get that one at the back out.
Wow, good one.
Very nice.
Right before I threw, I'm like, we don't need to worry about that back one. But then I almost fell over. So
I mean, I didn't mind getting rid of it. Good shot.
Yeah, compared to their game last night, they're a much more relaxed. Obviously, scoreboard will help that.
Yeah, but it did take them a few ends to get into that rhythm, let's say, Luke.
Yeah, the first year, you're probably still lingering a little bit from a game last night, but you get an early point, then Sarah makes a good shot in the third end, and then Chelsea makes a great hit and roll and get a force out of it. And obviously 4 in the fifth end is the big number on the scoreboard. Might be exactly what the doctor ordered for this Canadian side.
Gut. Okay. Gut. Schöne Länge. Gut. Ja, Tick kürzer als Emmy. Gut.
Yeah, pretty even matchup at skip. 77 versus 75.
do we draw?
We could.
Or do we draw?
Good sounding
Top
number
four?
for Chelsea Carey is that 57%
Yeah,
on draws.
I think I
My
prefer
first
the
thought
hit
was
to
the
draw,
hit.
just because if I,
And leave her the
she might
juicy
sit
draw.
2 and it might be a little touchy. But I could just throw a draw, I guess, on my last one. Then at least I've thrown it.
Like if we're top 4.
Even just full 8 is okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys like
What do
that?
you guys like?
My first thought was the hit, but I'm fine with the draw. If we think, like, we know it, we've thrown
Because
it
if
a
we
bunch.
hit, she'll probably
She's
draw.
playing this.
She's
yeah.
sinking.
Yeah.
She just has to make it perfect, that's all.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think if we go here, then even if she makes something, at least that's my draw for
Yeah,
one,
true.
right? Then we've thrown it, swept it, and everything, right?
Yeah, because we haven't seen this path as
No.
much as this path.
Yeah. As long as we're shot somewhere, it's pretty good, right?
Okay,
I
let's
think
make
I
it.
like it.
Okay, top 4, like half in the
They're
floor.
talking at 2 options
Yeah,
here.
fight
Don't
for, I
super
think, is
deep.
perfect.
I thought
think
Peel
this
was
is
going to
gonna
be in order right away.
That's draw to the
Yeah,
button.
exactly.
Should still be
Every day of the
close
week.
by,
And I
so
think
I
that's
think
maybe why the
Brian
bench
is
were
in the middle.
looking to
This side curls a
over
little
and
more,
enamoured,
so it
let's
might
say, with
come
the
down a
call
little
here.
bit.
If you make this good
Right?
and get down
Like,
in
this is the side
top
that
of the
curls
button,
a
yeah,
bit more.
great. But you
So
slip
it
back of
should
the button,
probably
you're
be
given the opportunity to Germany to play a freeze, even if you're top 12, they can come around you.
Germany's loving that Canada is playing this right now. I think you peel the guard, then there's nothing in the center line.
There's no danger if you peel the center guard.
Even if it went, like if it's going to the T line, take it to the back. Like leave it shot, but then leave me room for this.
For sure, yeah. For another
so this has got to be a little heavier, you think?
I would say just a couple feet. Like that weight you've been throwing us?
I was going to say, I've been all there on my own, so I think I can give you the same.
I like that, Chelsea.
Okay. Top 4.
Line's close. Okay. That's pretty close.
Top 8!
Top 8, top 4 is perfect.
Line's good.
Top 8, gotta go!
Gotta be there.
Top 12!
Hard, gotta be there.
Top 12!
You gotta bite the 8.
Hard to 8 foot.
Tight top 12! We're not there!
Gotta go.
Have they made this one down into
Hard,
4
hard,
foot?
hard, 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 hard.
So
Good sweep, Sarah.
I don't think that's a great call, Luke. You can come around the left-hand side into the top of the button.
You gave us exactly
And if you overbury playing that out turn, it's good.
Yeah, so let's take a look at Denmark-Russia, all square. And it is Russia sitting too.
Yeah, Madeline Dupont trying to get to the 4 foot. Those are game savers that you need to make as a skip. Keep your team in this game. 4-4. Russia 1-0 coming in. Denmark lost their first to the U.S. A real big brush, but it won't make it there. Doesn't get even close, and it's a steal of 2 and a 6-4 Russia lead after 8.
Yeah, big swing in that game. Denmark looked to be in control, but it's now Russia who head that one. So, Germany with a chance in this matchup, trying to get around to the 4 foot. Chelsea Carey giving them the chance, really.
They've got to overhook this one, get it almost dead buried behind that one top 8 foot.
This one looks really good. Wow, what a shot.
Very nice. No real run because of where that stone sits and the guard out front.
So Chelsea Carey may be regretting now throwing
Yeah.
that draw around top of the 8 foot.
Still can't get to it. You need to make this, and it doesn't matter what you made that call on your first.
Yeah, made it a lot harder for herself though.
It was kind of timing like that before, though.
Okay, this I don't think is quite as fast as it was either because I just got a 14 on hers.
That's what we got, yeah.
So I can probably just proportional from what I just gave you, hey?
Yeah, I like that, Chelsea.
Like
Is he the top
8
of the
feet
foot?
more than that. Yeah, I'm gonna try 3 back line.
Okay.
You see, not
So
going to see
6
much
to
of
8
that
feet more?
stone
Yeah, 6 feet.
coming from the left-hand side hack also. Final stone of this 8th end.
Okay, back line.
Chelsea Carey looking for a tap back for 2.
Rochelle. Clean.
Rochelle!
Clean.
Rochelle!
Line's looking high at the moment, look.
Rochelle.
Rochelle!
Hare trying to sweep,
Gotta go!
generate that extra curl,
Gotta go, 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 go!
and get enough of this one, punch it back,
Go, 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 go,
and
go,
they
go.
will push it back.
Oh, have they done enough? Just.
It's very close. I think they just got the 1.
Yeah, one right.
Yeah, it's 1 red.
Almost got it.
Wow. Heart in the mouth
close,
moment
Chelsea.
for Chelsea Carey there.
Okay.
Good sweep. Good. Good. Yeah.
Ja, aber viel besser kann ich
geht
nicht
der eh nicht
machen.
hin.
So the score is 8-4 after
Gut,
8
wenn man sie
ends.
zu einem zwingen, ist jetzt richtig. Jetzt haben wir halt noch 2 Ends, es muss eine Hütte her.
Ja.
Und dann müssen wir stehen.
we're a little hot. No, we're not. Okay.
I don't think you're
Top
heavy.
4.
Top 4 is good. 14-6. I don't think you can hurt it.
Okay, so 9th end
Hard, hard, hard. Keep
of
going,
this
keep
matchup
going, keep
between
going,
Canada and
keep going.
Germany. 8-4.
Okay. Yeah.
We're not.
Nervous moments for Canada. They get their one, but kind of made it tough on themselves, leaving that guard out in front. Danielle Jensch gave her team a chance. She very close to getting a steal. They have their work cut out for them. We'll need the guards, generate some offense in this 9th end.
Was hat der für eine Linie? Gar nichts.
Ach, meine,
Der
der
ist
ist
noch
raus.
schnell, deswegen
Der ist vorne 12.
15-0, der ist drin.
Yeah, it's just looking at the body language of Team Germany, and that's not going to do them any favours either. They just don't look as if they can believe. They don't believe they can win this, I don't think, at this point.
Yeah, and we spoke earlier, Kenny, in the game about the 5 rock free guard zone rule, that scores are possible and big scores are. You put your 2 corners up. Obviously, that doesn't help, but you get your 2 corners. Doesn't take much to generate a 3, and then you steal in the 10th end.
Clean.
Yeah, for sure.
Clean. You're good. Shoot her right out, Dana. Good. Very nice. That a girl. Good sweep.
Good. Ich glaube, der ist kürzer. Mittlere. Lange.
Well, this is going to be really hard for Germany to
Nah ran.
get something going
Nur 2. Weiter.
with Annalena Jensch throwing her first stone into
Weiter geht's.
the 12-foot.
Komm da ein Stück.
Well, she'll have to try and find a way to keep stones in play. Dana Ferguson will throw this one through. Obviously, because can't peel that one out yet.
I know.
Good. Nice shots, Michelle.
Just heard Dana talking about, you don't see seconds do that very often.
No, you certainly don't.
Meter kürzer als sonst, oder? Ja. Ja, der braucht.
2.
Ich glaube, der braucht.
Brauchst noch ein bisschen. 2.
Schauen,
Länge ist gut.
schauen.
So do you think at the start of this week,
Halt kurze.
Team Germany probably would have wrote this one down as a probable loss in the round robin?
You look at it, it's going to be a tough game. Their record against them hasn't been as strong as against other countries. And you know you're going to have a solid team representing Canada. The fact that you get them early in the week maybe is, you like it a little better, may not be as comfortable with getting to know the ice and all that.
Clean.
Clean.
One of those games coming in, close game until the 5th end and then broke wide
Dana.
open.
That a girl.
I'm sure they'll be disappointed in that 5th end.
Good, Dana.
It kind of
It's funny 'cause
cost
the
himself a
second
couple of
throw
points
rock
in that
through
end.
the
That's what
I'm
Sarah
like,
said. It's weird that the second does that now.
I know, it's like so. Wie immer. Ja. Mach gut schauen. Ja.
Hinten 8 wäre gut. Vorne 8.
Now Germany knows they also have another game coming up this afternoon. They'll take on Japan. Canada plays Latvia this evening.
Trotzdem. Emmy. Halt. Nur die kurze.
Na, jetzt ist wieder dran, bleib dran. Jetzt, halt. Jetzt, Emmy, Emmy, Emmy.
Halt, Emmy.
Emmy, halt. Go, go, go. Okay.
Yeah, so things just
Sorry. I don't want to hit you. I'm
beginning to
sorry.
sort of fizzle out for Team Germany. They're still in good spirit though.
Sorry. Yeah, clean.
It's a long week ahead for both these sides. 12 round robin games, then the playoff stages.
Clean. Very nice. Good sweep.
for Canada. Let's eliminate yellow stones.
Weird. That hurt. Huh? My hand was in like a weird place and it was rubbing against this court.
Hinten 4. T-Line. T-Line.
Das ist noch gut.
T-Line.
Ja, Chance.
Linie.
Eine äußere Spur, der braucht.
Alles Linie.
Hinten 4.
Alles Linie.
Vorne 4.
So electing to draw around this red stone in the house, using it as a guard.
So weiter geht's. So weiter geht's. So weiter geht's. So weiter geht's. Alles Linie.
Doesn't quite get deep enough. So I should see most of the stone as we take a look at the USA versus Japan.
Yeah, and US is not able to get anything set up in that end again. It's a common theme for them against this Japanese squad in their first World Championship. Jamie Sinclair hit, needs a little roll, get a single point.
Yeah. Yeah, great solid. Whoa, whoa.
Jamie Sinclair makes the nose hit against multiple counters, gets a single. 7-5. 2 ends remaining there.
Nice shot. Good job.
Meanwhile, Canada ends up running their own, removing that stone.
Real good, sir.
They lie 2 in this 9th end.
Ja, so, oder? Ja.
Yeah, a little surprised that they're playing the takeout with this look. I thought they might just try and maybe bump something back behind the corner and use the red stones to help them.
It's tough to generate offense playing takeouts.
Good, super. Perfekt.
They do have the corner guard. Stone's in decent spot.
Schön. Gut so, Emmy. Okay, gut gesehen. 10-5, oder?
Ja, so 10, 5. Der liegt da schon mal nicht so angenehm.
Yeah. Corner guard a few times.
And
Said you had her
it's straight.
clear.
Yeah, I think that's the right ice.
Skip stones of this
And it
9th
took its
end.
time getting over there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking right in the middle.
Feels
Yeah, I like that.
feet heavier to me when I
think
threw.
she's
He's holding up okay to the wings. Like theirs have been
So-
carrying pretty good.
Okay.
Like from what she gave us here, I think she needs
Electing to
proportionally-
draw the wide side, split the house with her first.
A couple feet.
Am I right? It's running through the
Guys
middle.
like
If there's room, they could just pick that one out top
Yeah.
12
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think you should be
Yeah,
able to
I mean,
see
we could
enough
make a
on
play
the,
that we could go around
the
the
in
yellow
turn
too,
for a
I think
right-handed
that's
player
risky.
just to
Yeah.
come down and
I like this safer call.
Like she's
Just
going
slash that
around
one out
it.
there.
She makes it good. It
So-
should still only be a deuce, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. Like, it has to be T or better.
Okay.
Okay, so will this be faster?
No.
Than what I
it'll
just
run
threw in?
pretty
No?
similar, yeah.
Okay.
just going to split the house and try and ask Germany to do something.
Line's good.
Okay, I thought it was there. It's our T-line.
T.
T's
Back.
good.
Well,
back
got to
eight.
well
Okay.
position the stone. You can't afford to leave
We're
a double.
We're back 8.
Back
T,
eight.
line's
Just
good.
here.
I think we're back 8.
Running.
Yeah, we're all there. I think we're just back 8.
4
Line's
1.
good.
You should be close. Just to my room.
That's a nice shot, though.
Okay.
Yeah, well placed. Allowed them
That's a good
to
spot.
sort of
Good
manage that.
Spot's a little
Charles
better.
always got to get in those last few sweeps.
Did they think it wasn't?
They thought it would be the same as what I threw in
Oh.
going away, and I think it's a little better
It
than
is.
that.
Yeah. I'm getting, like, for their guards, I'm getting carried.
Also die Guard habe ich so gespielt. Jetzt haben wir natürlich den. Ich glaube schon, dass wir da... Also so werden wir brauchen, dass wir rumkommen, denke ich. Oder? Gehen wir um unseren.
Ja.
Was? Nochmal.
Hinter unseren.
Hinten 4
Just
oder?
looking for this one half in behind the yellow, just show a piece. Would that be the call?
Yeah, I think you probably want to try and at least be second shot with this one. Something you can use later to raise onto the red, depending what Canada does. Maybe try and tease them into going after it.
Mehr
Have them make a
haben
shot
wir,
for
glaube ich,
you.
gescheit dahinter.
know they're going to need a little miscue from Canada on her last to try and score the 3-ender that they're hoping for. Got to make your shot first.
Nur kurze. Voll durch.
Er braucht alles auf.
Alles Linie. Yep. Voll durch. Freeze. Voll durch.
This one looks light for weight. Look,
Ja, der wird direkt
gonna
wieder
be nowhere near.
entgegenkommen. Ich weiß nicht, was mit dem war. Ich glaube, der hat was
well
gehabt.
short.
Ja, der ist mir unter dem
Good
Seil
sort of
ist
10
er
feet
entgegengekommen.
short of where they were looking at for.
Ich glaube, der hat einen Pick.
War komisch.
Ich bin rauskommen.
So Denmark, Russia. Is Russia 6-4 ahead. Denmark with a chance to score 2 though.
Yeah, they have that one back forefoot, nothing else in the rings, and Madeline Dupont opportunity. Get 2, tie this game up, give himself a chance in that 10th end.
Den er forbi. Det er jeres.
Just have to get through the port, and then they should be good to get into the house. Not a problem there for Madeline Dupont, to the delight to the Denmark fans here in Silkeborg. All square, 6-6.
They got the same pick.
Line a little bit. Yep, Michelle.
Top B, top 4.
Okay, line's good.
Line's good. Room.
Line's good.
Top 4.
Room.
Top 4.
Close
No then.
This is running nice.
Whoa,
Just top 4 though still.
No, it's got to stop.
Okay.
Has to sit.
Full top 4.
This one looking a little heavy,
Just biting
possibly.
top 4.
A little bit. They just didn't want to leave a hit to score their one. Want to force a difficult draw, and that's in a real nice spot.
Really nice
Hey, that
spot.
did come down.
Carried a little better. Yeah, came
Playing
down.
against
Carried
3
and it came down.
now.
That's what we
This
thought.
will ask the question of Daniela Jentsch. Does she have what it takes?
Sie hat ihn ganz.
Meinst du ein Triple?
Looking at
Den zu haben, müsste ich ihn relativ dünn haben. Ich weiß nicht,
They hit to try and bring the other one into play. I don't see a triple. I don't see the angles lining up for the triple, do you?
Gerade ganz.
absolutely not.
Ha?
Du hast ihn gerade ganz.
All they have is
Ich glaube, der Winkel ist zu
draw to the button.
Ich glaube, ich werde mit dem Takeout auch nicht shot, deswegen müssen wir eigentlich legen, gell?
Also ich
So,
hatte
oder?
da außen mehr
There's the
genommen.
broom down to
Also mehr
play that. Took a look just to see, maybe
schon so
Ja.
runterkam.
look at it a couple times. You can convince yourself the triple might be there.
Also ich glaube
That'll be a
tatsächlich,
draw
meiner
for
hat was gehabt.
A single point facing
Der ist mir
three.
unterm Sliden wieder
Wir fahren die Beine
entgegengekommen.
nicht so langsam. Auf geht's.
Aber die Spur ist ein bisschen stumpfer, oder? Da außen. Oder ist die jetzt okay?
Wo muss der hin? Ganz
T-Line.
Wie immer.
You don't make this shot, you're probably going to offer the handshake, aren't you, Luke?
I think so. You go down any more than the 4 you already are.
Genau, T-Line. Vorne
Yeah, it's too late in the game to be chasing big scores.
Genau, T. Nur Linie. Noch. Nur Linie. 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 Genau, T-Line. Jetzt Linie. Alles Linie. Alles Linie. Alles Linie. Alles Linie. Voll durch. Voll durch.
Looks okay.
Got to get past that top one.
Oh, have they done enough?
Just.
Ja.
Just barely gets in there for their one.
Just sneaks in. Yep, so a single point for Germany. And they now trail 8-5 after 9.
Weggeschmiert, oder?
Ja, ja, aber
Ja, aber
sobald
wir
wir
haben
ganz
doch
kurz
gesagt,
abgehen,
aber ich habe doch
ist
gesagt,
es-
es
ist
wird
er weg.
langsamer. Und ich habe meinen vorher schneller gekriegt. Und ist ja klar, dass wenn er langsamer wird, das dann auch mehr.
Ja, ich fand meinen nämlich auch nicht so langsam.
Nein, deiner war normal. Und ich habe doch danach gesagt,
Ja, ich hab-
Aber hör ich, die Info kommt bei mir nicht an. Ihr müsst halt auch nicht, bevor ich spiele, mir solche...
10th end of this matchup between Canada and Germany. Canada 8-5 ahead, and Germany looking to try and put some guards up out front, but that one there just picked up just after release from Annalena Jentsch. So it really is going to be an uphill struggle, isn't it, Luke?
So you got to try and steal 3, and you don't have the one guard because of a pick.
Yeah, no.
I'm so sore. I'm just looking at it like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna hit her. Oh my gosh. Okay, well thank you for the cleaning
She was still cleaning the bath where it picked.
Well,
so
just
picked out of the house.
it's good to see that
the
both
sportsmanship.
teams are,
And the funny thing, you'll see those smiles from this team, even if they were down in this game.
Oh no, I agree.
She was coming out and cleaning up after the pick, and knowing there was a throw through, she wasn't wasting any time.
Vorne 12.
Nee, dann Horror wollen wir nicht.
Gut.
Nah ran. Nah ran. Yep.
Try and get the guards in play now. Just unable to do much. They did get that one deuce, but it was a 2 where Canada was conceding that basically the entire end, saying, you know what, we can give up 2. We're in a good, comfortable position.
So good. Yeah.
Chelsea went like, I guess I should have taken this one. Oh well, we had lots of time.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dana. I should have taken that one.
I can go on my slider.
Where's your gripper?
Down there.
Germany got the guard up. Just looking for another one. Is there a possibility of stealing 3 in this 10th end, Luke?
There's always the chance. The percentage is very low, especially when you're basically playing with 7 stones when your opponent has 8. Try and get some in play. So they'll have to make the next 3 of the next 5 count and have Canada not be able to remove them. Chances of that, this level, very slim.
Lean. Whoa, whoa. Lean. Just, yeah. You're okay.
Well, that's a really nice shot. Gets both guards moving. A little bit unlucky not to remove both of them. But,
Almost perfect.
It's in the rings,
Said
but
it was almost
at this point, there's no guards protecting it, so they don't really worry whatsoever on that position.
yeah, still plenty of time on the clocks for both teams. Germany with 4 minutes 37 seconds. Canada with 6 minutes 34.
Nur bis zu mir.
So time clock's not going to affect this game.
Okay.
Well, Germany just looking to guard that one up. Canada broomed down quickly, knowing what they're going after.
Little more.
Oh.
We're good.
Clean. Clean.
Yep.
Yep. Nice throw, Dana. You're fine. You're fine.
Oh, just makes the single.
Good.
Good, Dana.
Just keep removing them yellow stones, and you will get your chance to pick up the win.
How's the Scotty's throw? I got a little wide and just kind of
Just running straight there.
Yeah, it's nice.
I
Like
feel
it's
like
not
you kinda
falling.
got it
It's
here
just
with weight.
like
Kurze.
Zweieinhalb.
Länge ist gut, hat kurze.
Oh, der schaut schnell aus.
Nah dran. Weißer 12.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. Okay.
Yeah, put them quite close together, so the double's relatively easy. Could really just kill the game right here.
Ja.
As we look over once again of the matchup between United States and Japan. 7-5, Japan leading.
Yeah, and their four-stone thrower, Kitazawa, peel that, or make the double, pardon me, and chance here they could finish things off as well. She can make this double. Well, make them both go away. And there's the two. It started with a double in the first. Score 2. Make the double there. And that is a final now. 9-5. Japan knocks off the USA. So Japan in their first World Championship, 2-0. While the US drops to 1-1.
Gut. Sehr lange. Ich glaube, sie muss eh nur noch einen abspielen, dann ist vorbei.
Well, I think we'll just call the peel in the center with this one. Make the double, you win the game, but let's just open it up. I think that'd be the call.
Everything else has got to come into the house after this one.
Clean, clean. You're good. You're good. Nice throw, Sarah. Good.
Yeah, just going through the formalities now.
Throw, Sarah. Good, Sarah.
Pretty solid game for the Canadian side. Just
Really nice.
executed fairly well.
Yeah, certainly after the first couple of ends, once they got past the, probably a little bit of nerves maybe in the first couple of ends, they began to settle down and communicate a lot better would be the way I would describe the performance today.
Well, I'm sure they'll say communication is important. First year as a team also. So you're always still trying to learn every game how your teammates will react. It helps when you're winning. They learned how they react after a loss last night.
Geht sicher, der muss ins Haus.
Der muss ins Haus. Alles lange. Voll durch. Der muss ins Haus. Alles Linie. Voll durch. Hat vorne 12. Voll durch. Linie, 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 Linie.
Right down to it, making a bigger target for Canada to hit, make one of them go away.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Daniela Jentsch has resigned herself to the fact that she's going to give up the win here to Canada.
Path we've been throwing in, so it should be pretty nice. Yeah, just easy peel. Stay down the whole way. Okay. Make something
It's
yellow.
got to be a nice feeling sitting in the hack to throw this one for
Got it, Chelsea.
Chelsea Carey, knowing that, you know what, make a good throw.
Just put the broom down in the middle of the two stones and throw it hard.
Make it go away.
Yep. Don't have to hang around. Don't get too cute with it. And just keeping this one clean all the way down. Making sure Canada are going to pick up the win. Nice double from Chelsea Carey.
Thanks, Kiki. Good luck.
And they have run Germany out of stones here in this 10th end.
Good game. Good luck.
So it's Canada 8, Germany 5. Quite a good performance by the Canadians.
Good second half. Really good second half.
Hey, Nikki. Hi, Finny.
Canada just with one win so far, opened with as a defeat. But as we've said, it's a long week ahead. 12 round-robin games. Both these teams now sitting on 1-1. So we've joined the matchup between Denmark and Russia, all square in the 10th end. And there are 2 stones to come. It's Russia with last stone advantage. Madeline Dupont needs to get in for shot with this stone. Needs a piece of that button. And this one looks a little bit too heavy. Looks as if it's going to drift through. It is. And there is the handshake. Russia don't have to play their last stone. So Russia pick up the win. 7-6. The host nation just not managing to get anything going here at this World Championships so far. Canada versus Germany, 5th end. Chelsea Carey with a wide open hit to score 4. Playing the control takeout on the out turn. Drops this one right on the nose. Canada picked up 4. 7th end. A well played end by Daniela Jentsch, German side. Left the opportunity for an 8-foot draw for true. They had to work hard on this one. They just done enough. 7-4, the score going into the 8th. Germany sitting 1 on the button. Chelsea Carey electing to try and tap for 2. This one just tapping the yellow. The red rolls. It was only a score of 1. And the 10th end, there's the handshakes. Germany run out of stones. The score 8-5 in Canada's favour. Elsewhere, we've seen Russia 7-6 winners over Denmark. China 10-2 winners over Finland. And Japan going strong here at the World Championships, 9-5 winners over the USA. So here are the standings. It's China, Japan and Russia sitting top of the table. Korea, Canada, Germany, Switzerland, Sweden and USA with 1 win. Scotland, Denmark, Finland and Latvia yet to pick up a win at these championships.
Chelsea, congratulations. How happy are you you're able to bounce back with a win this morning?
Yeah, we needed that. Losing the first one's not a big deal, but you want to try not to lose 2 in a row in an event like this. So wanted to come back out this morning and be just a little bit sharper. And first half wasn't quite there, but the second half we thought we were really solid.
Were there's some key shots made? Rochelle played really good, and then the double by Sarah in the 3rd end was key.
Absolutely. Everybody made some key shots, and I think that's good because yesterday everybody probably had one or two that they wanted back. So I thought it was a really solid bounce back up and down the lineup, and everybody made a couple key ones when we needed them, and were able to pull it off.
And communication a key. You guys seem to be really a little bit more relaxed after that big end. Was that a key for you guys?
Yeah, early on we were still struggling a little bit with the communication. The ice is tricky, so then it's hard not to get quiet, but that's the opposite of what you want to do. So I thought we did a good job in the second half of really talking it out, and then it all seemed a lot easier, so that's the key.
Congratulations. Best luck the rest of the way.
Thank you so much.
So that was winning skip Chelsea Carey after an 8-5 win over Germany.